system, and I'm going to be our GM today. I'm not streaming. I'm just kind of a guest on everyone's stream. Um, like our, what do you go by on stream? This is Venus.
Um, Either go Venus or D.
Okay,
Blaze,
cool.
whatever. Any of those.
I just wasn't sure, so
Not
I want to
Blaze.
make sure that I'm using the right things here. Uh, so like our lovely D had said, we're gonna be playing a game called Thirsty Sword Lesbians today. It is a recent Nebula or award winner. It's actually one of the first tabletop RPGs to ever become a Nebula award winner. And it is written by. Hold on one second. I have it. It was created and designed by April Kit Walsh, and their company, it looks like Gay Spaceship Games, and it was produced by Evil Hat Productions. Evil Hat does a lot of good games. Um, so yeah, we're gonna actually be playing one of the core settings that was included in the base game, and that's called Neon City 2099. It's kind of a high technology cyberpunk setting, um, with a lot of like alternate reality and things like that. But it's still kind of rooted in that cyberpunk neo noir kind of vibe. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and introduce people. And when I do that, let's go ahead and also introduce our characters as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and first pass it back to Venus. So D, go ahead.
Are we introducing characters?
Introduce yourself and your character, as well as personal and character pronouns, and then also your social medias.
Okay. I am D. That is the only thing I go by on stream. I do not use my real name, so try to avoid it. Um, I also go by Venus. My handle on all social media is Venus Fly Love. I will be playing Aurora Illuvinium. She is the matriarch or mom for short. Uh, are we doing back like information on them?
You can go ahead and give them a little bit of information who they are.
Give them a taste.
Okay. She's got three kids. You will meet them a little bit later. But she also owns a gay bar. That holds secrets underneath, which I will not say now. But yeah, she don't mess with her. She's her own bouncer. She will kick you out.
Okay, and then we will bounce on over to Orion.
Hello, yeah. I'm Orion, on Twitch, Radiant Orion, and on Twitter, Orion Radiant. Uh, I use any pronouns, can't get them wrong, go ham. I'm playing Reed Relay, they, she. They are under the Troubadour character type, but they are a kind of illegal bike racer. Not necessarily fully illegal, but a little toeing the line.
Like it's gray. It's a legal
Yeah.
gray area.
hmm Yeah, but they race kind of the very typical like motorbikes and all that kind of stuff. They've have a sponsorship with a company called Priority Waters. Um that is also in a bit of a gray area. So, yeah, that's Reed.
Val, are you ready, or do you want me to take over for now?
I'm going.
Go ahead, Val.
Hello, I am Val. I am playing Nova, and they have no set identity essentially. So they go by all gender pronouns. They are uh, they're a double agent, I guess, getting into it, working for Aurora to get information on the big corporation. So, yeah.
Excellent.
Did I say my pronouns?
I was gonna see if we had done that, so let's go ahead and go over that for everyone.
Okay, I
I don't
think I
know if
missed mine. Everybody else did theirs. Mine. My characters are she, her.
Hmm. Reed goes by they, she.
And Nova goes by she, they, he.
perfect. Okay, and then I'll do a little bit of introduction about myself. Like I said, my name is Leisure or Raging. Raging System on Twitter. I don't really stream. I'm mostly a guest on everyone else's streams. However, I have been their game master for a long time on and off, roughly 10 years. Um, and so I'm very excited to run this for everyone today. I personally go by Hide. Um, and as far as I'm going to go into my GM principles for this game. So my GM principles, which are what essentially I'm going to be following as my main directives here, are to be excited about the PCs and their stories, make the world action-packed and perilous, make adversaries appealing, create space for PCs to feel their feelings, and to make the story vivid and personal. We're also going to be using quite a few different safety tools. We have already done lines and veils as a group, and so we have those kind of in the background. In addition to that, we're going to be using the stop, rewind, fast forward tool as well as the X card, which, at any time, anyone who wants to say so can either private message me or in our Discord chat, use any of these tools at any time. Or if you feel comfortable saying it out loud, you can do that too. So anytime we go into territory where we are feeling uncomfortable with anything, we can take a break and discuss that, or just fast forward past it, or retcon the thing entirely. So, all right. Is there anything else that we need to do before we get started, folks?
I think that's
I'm all
everything
good.
covered.
Think we're
Yeah.
good.
Perfect. Okay, so then we are going to kick things off here with a little bit of setting dressing, and then we're going to go into what are called love letters, and I'll kind of explain that as we get into them. So, you guys have played a lot of Power by the Apocalypse games before, but you haven't really experienced love letters. They are essentially a way to kind of kickstart things. So they're going to be kind of like setting up our story and what's been going on recently in your character's worlds. So let me go ahead and give a bit of setting dressing real quick, though. So, in a world that never sees the sun, neon lights cut through the hearts and souls of revolutionaries. In pouring rain, light cycles race through narrow alleys, chasing down fragile hope. Can we honor fallen comrades and tear down the megacorp? Will we free the city from greed and corruption? When avatars are activated and systems of power are hacked, neon swords come to life. And let's go ahead and go into our love letters here. So we're going to go ahead and start with Nova Hasaler. Nova, today your spy work has paid off. You come across important information regarding Alan Dusk's. This is the CEO of the Megacorp. Alan Dusk's plans with Priority Waters. They intend to do something. You don't know exactly what, but they intend to do something involving Panama Marathon. I need you to go ahead and roll plus wit.
That's a 2 and a 3,
Plus your wit stat.
which is a +3. So
You have such good wit.
yeah,
You're so
it's
So-
almost like I power leveled my wit.
Oh no. So your total is a 6?
Huh? No, it's
So
8.
that'd be, yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not understand. Okay. So total of 8. Okay, so on a 7 to 9, you're going to learn the location of where they're planning on meeting up with Panama Marathon. So I will go ahead and get you that information here shortly, but in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and go um, into the next person's love letter. So we're going to go ahead and go into Reed. The scene is now kind of like a nighttime, and you're racing. Like the sun is starting to set. You guys start racing like right before sunset. So you're in the middle of this one of the most intense races of your career, and you're going head to head with your rival Panama Marathon.
Fucking Panama.
So you go for a really risky maneuver to take home the win. What's the maneuver? What do you do?
Well, I have a kind of like my shtick. Um, I'm known for doing really quick, like dodgy turns and like cutting really close corners. And also like swinging at. 'Cause we get a little intense here on our raceways.
Sure.
So I think that's what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a real quick try cutting off Panama, get her out of here, get him out. All right.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna need you to roll plus daring or grace.
Okay. Okay. Gonna use my grace. Okay, so that's gonna be an 8.
Okay. On a 7 to 8, or 7 to 9, you're gonna choose one. You can either gain a string on Panama as you impress the hell out of them. You can gain +1 forward to call on a toxic power as your patron makes a lot of money from this race. Or you can choose to become smitten with Panama as they follow right on your trail.
Oh my
Essentially,
goodness.
they did the same exact move.
Oh my God. Hmm. I think I think for now I'm gonna take a string on with Panama.
Perfect.
Yeah. Sick.
Okay. So, real quick before I go onward to Aurora, Nova, the location that you found was a local known gang hangout in the Undercity. And it turns out that it was never actually a gang hangout. That's just a front for some of the shady dealings of Priority Waters. Which I should explain real quick because of how we've talked about Priority Waters so far. Priority Waters is both a company, is a company named Priority Waters, and then the CEO and founder of the company Priority Waters is a person known as Priority Waters. I know it's a little confusing, but essentially the company's named after them. Okay. We are gonna really get into it. So, Aurora, you're in your back room. It's the end of the night, which is late for you. It's almost like starting to become morning. And you're in the back room finishing up, counting, your revenue or whatever, doing something on the books, And uh, one of the kids has made a mistake. And also to get into it, the kids are all adults. We just call them the kids because they're Aurora's kids,
It's
but
Felicia. She's a fucking problem child.
I was going to ask you which one it was. Cool.
Yeah,
So it's
Felicia,
Felicia. Awesome. So Felicia comes in and they look a little roughed up. And when you ask them what happened, as you start like tending to their wounds, they let you know that they borrowed money from a shady executive at Dusk Corp. and they really need your help to make the problem go away.
My eyes roll to the back of my head.
So I'm gonna need you to go ahead and roll plus heart.
Is that 2d6 or 1?
It is 2d6 plus heart.
11.
You have gotten extraordinarily lucky. Um, so on a 10 plus, you have someone do someone a favor, and the problem goes away. You're going to go ahead and gain a string on Alan Dusk and Priority Waters as you get some sort of dirt on them.
Oh my god.
Uh, so I just wanted to go into this a little bit before we go into the actual like next phase of the game. I wrote these as fun little introductions, and like some of them are a lot worse than others. Like Nova had one where they could have just like messed up and gotten a string, but like uh, on Reed, if you had botched that roll, like you would have thrown the race and lost it,
Not a
and
great time.
not a great time. For Aurora, it's even worse. On both the 7 to 9 and the 6 minus result, like the kids were gonna have problems.
Don't want the
Just
kids to
because
have issues.
like mega corporations suck.
Hmm.
So, okay, cool. That's awesome. So, some time passes. It's essentially been like, this is what's been happening over the last couple of weeks for you guys. And then we're going to go ahead and open the real start of the game with Nova. Nova, you are currently in your corporate disguise. What is your corporate disguise like? What does it look like, and what's your name in this disguise?
So my name is. I've already forgotten. This is why we write things down.
This is why we write it's not Cyber. You're Cyber Sparks.
Yeah, Cyber Sparks. And she looks like middle aged. I'm gonna say a middle aged white brunette lady with like her hair up in like a bun, and she's got like really sharp angular cheekbones. She kind of looks like that awful like kindergarten teacher that you always like hear about, but you never
Mhm.
had. Like, yeah,
Just dripping with
condescending like
yeah.
air. Yeah, yeah. So that's.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's currently like the middle of day for you, and you are out to lunch with Tetra Portal, who is the personal assistant of Alan Dusk.
Mm-hmm.
This is not an uncommon occurrence. You get to lunch, maybe once a week, once every other week or so, and discuss information that both of your bosses, when they can get together, it goes back to them. Um, and Tetra is she is like a platinum blonde. She has very, very pale, almost porcelain-like skin. She has very obviously had cybernetic modifications. Um, and uh, she has like piercing purple, almost glowing eyes. Uh, and she wears like a business um dress, like a almost like a or not even like a dress, but she wears a like a suit with like a pencil skirt,
Mm-hmm.
but it's
Mhm.
like all like really nice pale materials,
Okay.
um, with like some gold accenting.
Okay.
And essentially, you're having lunch with her, discussing things. There's like, what are you having for lunch? Where have you gone? You're in the upper section of the city at like a fancy restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Um, I've ordered like a salmon salad, pretty much,
Awesome.
and we're
I
at,
think she orders the same thing.
yeah, we're in like a penthouse restaurant on like the nice end of town. You can see like the whole city from like
And
the side tables.
in fact, you guys are in a terrace on the outside, and just due to the nature of everything, it's like only executives eat lunch here.
Mm-hmm.
And like initially, there's a couple people who are there eating lunch, and like when you and Tetra come in, like they wrap up what they're doing and leave. So it's just you and Tetra sitting on this terrace.
Mm-hmm.
And normally it would be gorgeous out, but it's currently like overcast. And so she essentially like directs one of the people who works, or one of the synthetics that works there. Which I will preface this by saying synthetics are people, but they don't get treated as nicely, especially in like the corporate world. So she directs one of the synthetics that's working there to like essentially put a a screen over the top of you, like comes out of the building, and then she presses, or the synthetic presses a button, and then like essentially like a hollow screen goes over the entire terrace and starts simulating different weather. So like it simulates a nice sunny day with a breeze, and you can then feel the ambient temperature change and the breeze roll through.
That's cool.
So like one moment it's like overcast, and the next moment, almost as like you're walking to your table,
Mm-hmm.
like the scene changes and it's this nice sunny day.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Fantastic. I'm glad they at least decided to do the minimum.
Yes, absolutely. So, uh, our companies have been collaborating fairly closely recently, and Alan has Mr. Dusk. Mr. Dusk has been wanting to have a more one-on-one meeting with the board of directors of Priority Waters. And so I wanted to meet with you to discuss the possibility of that happening.
Certainly, let me open up my schedule and take a look at when the next board of directors meeting will be, and we can see if we can. Uh, I can ensure that priority Alan Dusk will be able to meet with everyone.
Excellent.
I pull up my like hollow iPad and start going through
Yep,
my calendar.
100%. Yeah, you're easily able to set up a date within her parameters.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, she gives you a time and you clear the schedule for it.
Yeah.
Um, is what are you doing? Are you going to try and get any information out of this meeting?
Yes. I'm gonna ask. Gosh. While we're here, do you what have we got going on in the future? I know Alan Dust is very interested in the company in Priority Waters, but what is what is Priority Waters gaining working with Alan?
Well, I think there's just about everything for Priority Waters to gain. When you're working with Dusk Co., there's nothing but profit. If we take you into the fold as a trusted partner, then you will have all of our financial and legal backing.
Hmm.
Uh, are you trying to pry for any more specific information, or
I'm trying to. like, I don't know why Priority Waters would need legal backing, because I guess they're doing some shady stuff, but like not a lot right now. Um, like they're just scummy. Uh,
Yeah, sure. I mean, Priority Waters is a company that owns literally Priority
water.
Water.
Yeah.
That's the idea. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they own the cleanest, most pure source of water. Period. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Um. Well, I mean, if you want to try and go for it, you can roll an investigation
I will do that.
because we can get some more information from you based on the questions of that roll. So you're going to. So the move goes when you investigate a scene or object, activate your vid scanner and enter the deep. Roll plus wit or plus heart. You're essentially in an environment where this would work anyway, and this is just a general investigation. I don't think it requires you to interact with the internet, so to speak. So go ahead and roll plus wit or plus heart.
I rolled plus wit and I got a 14.
Oh my god. Okay. On a 10 plus, ask 2 questions. What doesn't add up here? What locations in the city show evidence of a pattern? Who left something behind they shouldn't have? What rumors have surfaced on the deep about this? And which contact interrupts my investigation to give me a solid lead?
I'm
You can
gonna
choose 2 of
I'm
those.
gonna choose who left behind something they shouldn't have and what doesn't add up here.
So I think that you already kind of get the idea of what doesn't add up here. Uh, yeah, piecing things together that you have learned recently, especially with that report that you received the other day. Um, and okay, so let's fast forward a little bit. You and her finish your meal, right?
Mm-hmm.
She leaves and you're still sitting there thinking on things, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know, you still have like half a glass of wine. You play it off as, you want to finish your wine before you leave.
Hate to put good wine to waste.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so she takes off. She's busy. Um, and you you notice that she just like this is a weird mistake to have been made because like Tetra doesn't make mistakes. She's not the kind of person to do that. But she has left a piece of paper on the table.
Paper. Archaic. Tetra.
Right. Yeah, and that's it's strange, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and when you pick up the piece of paper, it doesn't initially make sense to you until you start piecing it together with the other information that you've gotten from the report that you stole essentially from Priority, and and even then, like you weren't able to take a copy of the report. You're working off of your own memory, and your memory is really good, but it takes you a minute to piece together what these 2 pieces of information mean together. So what isn't adding up here is why is why is Priority Waters interested in working with Dustco? Well, it's because Dustco is one of the largest companies out there. If Priority goes from being the CEO of like his company and goes to working as a board member for Dustco, that's just a major bonus for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Promotionally, and in his eyes frees the CEO role in your company for you or whoever else might take that role, right? So he essentially
Mm-hmm.
gets he still gets to control that company as a shell company while being promoted to board of directors.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
But there's other things that aren't adding up. Like they're interested in Panama Marathon. Why are they interested in Panama Marathon? They already have a sponsored racer in the gray races, right? They
Mhm.
have Reed Relay. Reed Relay is, Reed. They're a sponsored racer of Priority Waters.
Yeah, they're
Why
our
would they
racer.
need Panama Marathon,
Mhm.
who's an unsponsored racer,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where it's like these, and now we know that Priority is planning on meeting with Panama at a location that's a front for their business, right?
Mhm.
So that's kind of what's not adding up here. Those elements, something else is happening in the background. You don't know what, but something else is happening here that's bigger than what the situation seems, right?
Mhm.
Um, and so that's what was left. That also answers the question of who left something behind that they shouldn't have. Is Tetra made a mistake?
Mhm.
Right there was something that was important enough information that it needed to be on paper
Rather than
because
a
paper's
hackable on the web.
easily disposed. Yes, but the thing is that she is so used to that, like the online tech, that she didn't even think about leaving the piece of paper behind.
Mhm. So what does the
Right?
paper say?
The paper is a research document that talks about the ability to use nanomachines for um, for enhanced mental processing power.
Weird.
Yeah. So it's a prototype from Duskco that is about enhancing senses via nanomachines. Um, and the idea is that it would be used on somebody who already has like a cyber brain.
Okay. So I'm gonna tuck this into my satchel.
Excellent. So as you leave as you're like walking away from your table, the uh hollow field descends, and you see that it's gone, like it's starting to hit sunset, and you start seeing the first drops of rain.
Oh, and I tip the synthetic waiter really well on priority waters tab.
Sure. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Um, and so essentially, like you hand them that tip, and the first drop of rain like hits you in the face, right?
Nice.
Uh, and then we see the camera go down through the city, and it like hard cuts to Reed Relay starting their bike as the rain starts falling during sunset.
Sick.
And so like everyone just like takes off down the raceway, essentially down like a cordoned off freeway.
It's fucking cool.
Uh, so Reed, you're racing along, um, and you're racing against all the usual players. It's a little weird though because you're when you race, normally you lead the pack, and it's like you and Panama who lead the
Hmm.
pack, right? And like you guys race aggressively. You're
Yeah.
like you're like shoulder to shoulder racing sometimes, right?
Mhm.
Uh Panama's not leading the pack today. Panama's like in the middle of the pack and is racing really defensively. Like it just does not add up.
Something's wrong. Something's funky.
Something's going on. Yeah. So what do you do?
So I'm gonna pull ahead like even farther than usual. I'm gonna swing my bike around so I'm racing backwards. I'm gonna shout, "Come on, marathon!" And then I'm gonna swing back around.
Um, like they rev their bike up for a second and like pull forward ahead of everyone else. It seems like it's like, but like it's half-hearted. Like they pull ahead for just a moment and then they just fall back in line, right?
This
Uh,
is
and as it seems like everyone else is kind of feeling this vibe, and like nobody's really feeling it because of this. Because
vibes
like
are
you
off.
two, like yeah, the vibes are off. Like you guys like encourage everyone to race their hardest, you know?
Hmm.
So what are you gonna do?
Bork bork.
I know.
Bark, 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 bark.
Bark, bark. Um, damn. We're just gonna get showboaty then.
Cool. How are you showboating? Because you're leading the pack. You can showboat as much as you want.
Yeah, we can look. We're here we're just here to show off. And if I'm not gonna show off by going fast, I'm gonna show off by just racing like an absolute buffoon. Um, so we're just gonna pull off all the big things instead of taking, the straight and narrow path. We're gonna just like, be going, just a lot of improvised pathways. Like we're gonna be taking, on ramps up and because they're the like highways that go up and they have like crossover unders. Usually we just go through. We're gonna go up. We're gonna be jumping off of shit. It's gonna be reckless.
So it's really cool too when you guys race. Like the freeways can like change and shift and things like that. So like that's all set up already, where it like your environment shifts as you're racing, and you guys race in alternate reality. Like you guys have like an AR field, kind of like the hollow field from the restaurant, up while you're racing, right? And your bikes are designed in such a way that like you can ride vertically on surfaces.
Yeah.
Like
So
you
we're
can ride on walls and shit like that.
yeah. So instead of the usual of finding like the fastest path to get from A to B, I'm gonna be finding the longest path and making it the fastest path.
There you go. Okay, cool. That sounds a lot like Limelight to me. So I
Yes.
think you should roll plus heart.
Yes.
What a show off.
Okay, that's gonna be a plus heart is gonna be a 9.
Cool. On a 7 and 9, you choose two, and the GM can ask you one question from figure out a person. So, and everyone in your audience is going to learn that answer. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. Okay. So you choose two between rock out, shout out, shred, kick the jams, bring the noise, and serenade. And I'm going to go ahead and look at the figure out a person.
I think I'm gonna do shout out so I can gain one forward.
You can choose two.
Oh yes, so we're gonna do that. And we're gonna kick out the jams so that one of the other racers finds their inner strength. Fine.
Cool. Okay. I dig that. So yeah, you're gonna get take plus one forward as you shout out your patron. Essentially you fucking like shout out a commercial like buy priority waters.
Yeah. And also, I am myself and my bike are both decked out in basically these hollow, uh, like panels of promoting priority waters. There's like one that goes across the entire like side of my bike, and then I
I
have one like on like the side of my leg, uh, and also on like the back of my jacket. So I'm just a walking billboard
I have a sick
already.
idea. So you go and you hit this like corkscrew loop-de-loop, and as you do that, a hollow flag unfurls from your back like a cape almost that has like a Priority Waters logo on it.
I like that. I just yeah,
And
100%.
and then like one of the racers gets egged on by this and like, speeds up to come meet you.
Sick.
However, I am going to ask a question, which is, and everybody watching gets to know this. Ooh.
I feel like this is
Um,
the like a question from an interview after the race.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yes. At the end of the race, like you're at the end of the race talking to interviewers before anybody else even passes the finish line. Uh, so like it's right when uh like right as priority like pulls up the end of the pack. And so
Yeah,
uh
Panama finally shows up.
yeah, Panama finally shows up, right? And so boy, let me see. Hmm, what do you hope to get from racing?
What do I get from racing? Well, I think it's what everyone gets. That rush, the feeling of, flying. But I guess it's more than that too. I mean, it's everything I've known since I was a kid. Racing's just my blood. I get from it what it gets from me. The feeling of being alive.
Fair enough. All right. All right, everyone, you heard it here first. This is your DJ Wireman. Reed Relay says they get the rush of being alive. And that's playing on all the radio stations. As
Turn off the radio.
I was going to say, as we go down into the Undercity and into the Matriarch, where we see Aurora turning off the radio behind the bar. Um, and let's say this is, I don't know, a couple hours later. Uh, and someone has started to cause trouble at the bar. Like somebody's about to get into a fight. What do you do?
Well, there's absolutely no fighting in my bar, so let's start there. I like almost float in the way that I hold myself. Like it's a very distinguished walk, and when Aurora gets sees that stuff happening, like everybody like immediately looks at her and goes like, "Oh no!" Like, "Ooh, they're gonna get an ass whooping."
Yeah, so like
Uh,
this big burly like biker jacket dude comes up to somebody else and like is about to put like grip their hand onto their shoulder.
yeah, so I walk up. Is the person that they're walking up to like smaller? What is their demeanor?
Smaller, yeah. They're probably average. The person that's above them is like this big person who's all like he's decked out with these big cyberware arms. So he's got these big like steel arms. They're like this matte black color, with like red LEDs across them, and they're gonna like wrench this person's shoulder essentially from behind.
Yeah, so I just graciously walk up, and on the hand that they were going to use to lay on the other person, I just like graciously just like take it in my hand, like clasp it with like both hands just very gently and go, you know, words work quite well around here, and I do hope that you are getting all the service you need and that you are enjoying your time here. And like I give them this look of like that smile of like do anything and I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead and roll entice. Roll plus heart. This is when you appeal to someone's physical or emotional sensibilities. Which I think that's emotional sensibilities here.
If I can do math, 11.
All right, perfect. So you're going to gain a string on them and choose one. They are going to get flustered and awkward. they're gonna promise something they think you want, or give in to desire. So I don't think in this situation, because their
No.
desire is to punch this person. So they're either gonna get flustered and awkward, or they're gonna promise something they think you want, and you're gonna gain a string on them. This person is
I mean, I am a MILF. Like, I would get it.
yeah, 100%. This person is Frag Pro, partner of Blythe Primetime.
Frag Pro.
Frag Pro, like frag grenade. Frag Pro. They're a well-known like bounty hunter, job
Mm.
fixer type person. Troubleshooter. They're a troubleshooter. That's exactly what they are.
Yeah.
I think that like it's your choice between the two, but I think they're probably gonna get flustered and
I
awkward.
think they're gonna get flustered and awkward. Like, I would hope so.
Yeah. So he's gonna essentially like say some big apologies and like sulk back over to his seat and like drown his sorrows. Okay. Well, um, I think that is a good time for Reed to show up.
Heck yeah.
So, yeah, Reed, you spend a lot of time at the matriarch
I
after
do indeed.
races. So you were doing some still interviews and things like that, and chatting with some of the other racers. So it took you a little while to get here compared
Yeah,
to some
gotta
other people.
gotta put the bike away, make sure it's all right.
100%. Yeah. So you arrive, and Panama Waters is already here. Or Panama Race. Ah, fuck.
Panama Marathon.
Marathon names. Sorry. Panama Marathon is already here, and they're sitting in a corner, sulking.
I'm gonna go up to the bar and I'm gonna get both of our usuals because of course I know Panama's usual.
Cool.
Um,
You go talk to the bartender, who is a synthetic named Buff Drinklots.
hey Buff.
How's it going?
Pretty damn good for me. Can I get usual of me and Marathon over there?
Oh yeah, you know, Buff like their center of their torso like turns around and
Sick.
like and they just like quickly mix out the two drinks, and then like they turn back, put them both on the table for you.
I'm gonna pull out like a couple, like a decent tip, hand it over, be like, thanks, Buff.
A couple credits, yeah.
Yeah,
Buff just kind of like nods.
gonna I'm gonna sit like the side like two Panama's like back. I'm gonna sit next and just like slide the drink over and they say, so interesting race. What's your
Uh,
what's your deal?
Rough day.
Uh-huh. I'm all ears.
Mm, not in the mood to talk.
Oh, what are you in the mood for then?
Maybe
A
you
dance?
can.
Come on. Come on, Marathon.
I think you could convince them to do that. I think that in order to do so, you're probably gonna have to roll entice.
Uh, gonna entire pull up that.
Meanwhile, while this is happening, in the background of the scene, uh, Nova, you're gonna head into the bar in the background of the scene.
So, as soon as I slip into the bar, I go into the employees only area.
Hello, dear.
Ma! Glad to see you're happy to see me. Immediately their whole body like shimmers as it shifts to a person with like shock of just lime green like mohawk, bunch of piercings, like moving mod tattoos of like a dragon and like a tiger fighting or something stupid. And they're still wearing this awful pencil skirt and like their own like little dress shirt with ruffles, and they look uncomfortable.
Hey, are you sure those aren't hollow clothes?
No, they're real clothes because they open the nearest locker to the first door and they pull out a biker jacket and like stonewashed jeans.
Fair enough.
Are you stealing my employee's clothes again?
No, I just stashed these from last time.
Ah.
Okay, let's hard cut back to Panama and Reed, who are now actively looking at each other and having a conversation.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna try and entice. Okay. Oh yeah. I don't think Panama's falling for me. That's a 5.
Woof. Okay. Um, when you say like when you start, they first ignore you when you start saying like, "Oh, come on, let's dance," and uh, like I should I should preface this a little more. Panama's still wearing their helmet from the race. They haven't taken it off yet.
Mhm.
Uh, so Panama like has like digital expressions on their helmet, on their visor. And so like it's just like a deadpan expression when you say let's dance, and then it goes to like you start doing the come on, and then they flip you the bird and look angry.
I like go and I'm like, okay. I go and I'm like, all right, calm down, calm down. If you don't want to dance, you don't have to dance. I'm just saying it might help you lighten up.
And at the point where you say like you're gonna like it might help you lighten up, they just walk outside. There's like a little smoking area. They just walk out to it.
Just gonna sip my drink and I take like a little I like reach over and take one of the little like tiny umbrellas and I put it in Panama's drink and I just like sit there. I'm just gonna wait. Just gonna hang out.
Fair enough. Okay, let's cut back to the back room with Aurora and Nova. By the way, has everyone described what their character looks like? I know Nova just did, but
I mean, I just have
Really.
images of these two up there.
oh, that's right. They have pictures. I forgot. Hold it. Never mind. We'll keep going. So yeah, we cut back to the back room with Nova and the matriarch.
All right, Ma, I got something juicy today.
Oh, do you? Please tell.
Well, I mean, what's it gonna benefit me to tell you?
Here's some food first off, because it looks like you haven't eaten anything today.
I
So
had
shut
a wonderful salmon salad, I'll let you know.
Oh, good. That sounds healthy.
Yeah, but
I'm
it
glad.
really doesn't beat your
Eat this
stew,
too.
though.
You can't just live off salad for an entire day.
That's fair. I did miss breakfast this morning.
Would you like something to drink too?
Yeah, whip me up a whiskey sour.
No problem. I go out to the bar, whip up a quick whiskey sour. It's bomb. And I go and give it to Nova.
Nova slides the letter that they found at their business meeting to Mama, and starts chowing while they read over the note.
Yeah, so essentially it's a paper note that's like like priority or uh,
Dusco.
yes, it's Dustco, but I'm thinking of the
Priority waters.
proprietary.
Oh,
It's
proprietary.
proprietary information from Dustco about
I'm
some
trying.
like
I'm trying to make
uh
it so that because everyone has their own.
some like nanomachines that can enhance a cyber brain.
So, what do you think they'd be doing with something like that?
Well, that's a very good question. Um, Nothing good, that's for sure. I could give it to, at least give this information to Felicia, see if she can do anything with it. Speaking of which, this child,
Oh, what'd she do this time?
I have to tell you, oh my god. She starts kind of going on like this rambling like rant. Just like it's kind of nothing's super vague, but like kind of vague. Because it's like a mom that
Mm-hmm.
was only half listening to the story anyways, because her eyes were rolled into the back of her head. About Felicia borrowing some money and getting into trouble. Um, and ending with like, but with my motherly charm, I got her out of it as always. But I just swear that she just needs to learn one of these days. She's in her 20s. I don't understand
Well,
why she
all's well that
keeps.
ends well.
I suppose not like I've been the best role model.
Who's the one that taught her to hack in the first place?
I don't know.
I thought it was you.
They're all adopted.
Anyways, I'll see if I can rustle up a lead or two. I think I know a couple folks out there.
Um, are you going to give that to Felicia to look into?
Yeah, I'll let it happen too.
Okay. When you do that, their need track needs to go up by one because this is a particularly hard task. Uh, she will get the information to you. It's going to take a little bit for her to get it.
Okie dokie.
So Reed, are you just waiting for Panama to come back inside?
I mean, I'm just sitting, enjoying my drink. Waiting for anyone like that I know. Probably talking to a couple other like regulars, and if any of the other racers came, like just chatting with them, but just
Yeah.
hanging out.
After a little while, you see that Mama and Nova, who I don't know if you know as Nova, come out of the back room.
Hey, mom.
Hello, dear. How was your race?
You didn't listen to my race?
I did, but I want to hear it from you.
Oh, well, thanks, mom. It was, I would say it went well, as I did win in a landslide. Uh, but just, I don't know, Marathon was having a hissy fit and just wasn't there, you know?
Hmm.
Um, Nova, are you overhearing this conversation?
Yeah, I actually sit right down next to Reed and
Yeah, Panama.
continue. Huh?
Panama wasn't supposed to be at the race tonight.
Panama wasn't supposed to be at the race tonight.
No,
Oh.
Panama
Uh.
was supposed to be meeting with Priority tonight.
I'm gonna butt in really quick. Hey, you said Panama was there tonight. Do you know where they went off to?
Huh? Panama's here. Went
Oh,
out for a smoke break, but
what?
here a minute ago.
I'll catch you
I
guys
tried
later.
to ask for a dance, but you know how.
They're already gone. They're
Is that
like
a new employee?
sprinting to the smoke room.
Hard cut to outside where, yeah, you see Panama standing outside with their helmet on.
Ah, shit, I don't have the right clothes for this. I jog over to Panama. Hey, it's nice to meet you. I'm a big fan of your racing career.
That's nice.
Could I get an autograph?
Not a good time.
Oh, alright. I wasn't really expecting you to be on, the race today. I heard from a friend of mine that you were gonna be busy tonight.
They're like hollow eyes narrow, and like you have a split second to react as they go for like something at their hip.
Can I use, the mask?
What does the mask do?
When you seek to persuade an NPC of a lie about your... Oh, well, it's not really a lie about myself. Do 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 do. Do
You
do
can-
do do do. Read the room. I can do read the room.
I think that's fair. Yeah, you could read the room before this happens.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm already in the middle of it, so...
I think it's fair to say that retroactively you could have read the room when you walked outside.
Okay.
Like, we're gonna pause this moment. You read the room when you walked outside.
I got another 14.
Okay. What does
Damn.
read the room do?
How do I make the impression I want to make? I've kind of blown that, but...
What is? It's on the investigator.
Yeah,
right?
it's who should I approach first? How do I make the impression I want to make? How do I go unnoticed here, or who should I be keeping an eye on? I not a lot here to work with, but how do I make the impression I want to make, and who should I keep an eye on? Obviously,
Who should keep an eye on? Well, Panama.
yeah.
How you want to deal with how do I make the impression I want to make?
Yeah, probably not being an obnoxious shit, but you know.
No. Yeah, don't lead with that information.
Don't lead with, I know that you're doing sketchy shit.
Yeah,
That's
so
the perfect way to lead a combo. I don't know what you're talking about.
so you think about that for a moment, and as you're approaching, like you notice that Panama is armed with a gun.
Oh, gun.
So before you even start speaking, you notice like you're thinking about what you're gonna say,
Mhm.
and
This bitch brought a gun into my bar.
there's a gun on their hip. Technically, they're outside your bar right now.
But they were inside my bar.
They were inside your bar, yes. I forgot that's one of your rules is no weapons. But yeah, they brought a fucking gun. So instead of leading with you weren't supposed to be at the race tonight, what do you say to them?
No, I still say that to them.
Oh, that's not how you make the impression you want to make. They fucking pull their gun on you.
And I pull my knife on them.
Brought a
Okay.
knife to a gunfight.
I did bring a knife to a gunfight, but you know.
Are you going to fight them? Is that the plan?
No. I'm gonna talk to him and say, listen. Neither of us want to use this. Let's have a nice little conversation out here. Just the two of us. I'll make sure nobody comes back here and we have no issues, alright? I just I got a question and I'll owe you one if you answer me. That's all.
That sounds like you're trying to entice them. So roll plus heart.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Didn't you have a +1 forward though?
Do I? I have no idea.
No, that's Reed. Reed has
Yeah, I
+1
don't-
forward.
Alright, let's see. Oh, it's garbage. It's hot ass.
Oh no.
I have negative
no.
1 heart. It's
And
a
no
4.
didn't get shot.
Oh no.
Oh
Okay.
no. God
Let
damn it, Nova.
me figure out how this goes, because this goes bad for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This goes very bad for you.
unfortunate.
Nova.
Too bad my security robot is inside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um, yes. Let me look up one thing real quick before we continue, because I need to look up a condition.
Is the
Oh no,
condition
it's a move. It's
fucking shot?
kind of, kind of. Um, I think you're going to. I think you're going to stagger here. They shoot you in the gut
Ah.
or the shoulder, one of the two. But
Uh,
so you're going to stagger.
you know, in like Japanese anime, if you get shot in the shoulder, you get as dead.
Oh no. No, no.
Well, in Noir, if you get shot in the gut, you're also good as dead. So
Ah, damn it.
In
it's
a
your
lot of things, if you
your
get shot,
flavor.
you're good as dead.
Good
Sounds
thing there
like
was a
getting
loud gunshot, right?
What's that? Yes,
There was
it's loud.
like, yeah,
A gunshot cuts through the bar.
yeah.
Y'all can rush outside while this happens if you
I
want.
yeah.
do, and I bring Can't Guard with me.
I'm coming too. We're
So,
going.
absolutely, you can absolutely call on Cat Guard. Um, so when this happens, when you stagger or when you suffer a staggering physical or emotional blow, you pick uh, an option based on the number of conditions you have marked. You have 0 to 3 conditions, so you're going to choose one of the following. You lash out at someone whose regard matters to you, provoke them to do something foolish or harmful, and take advantage of a string on them if you have one. You hesitate or stumble, and the opposition gains an opportunity, or you grin and bear the blow. Mark 2 conditions.
Alright. I'm gonna grin and bear it.
Okay, so you're gonna mark 2 conditions.
I am now angry and insecure.
Good enough. That works for me. Okay, so everybody rushes outside as you see Panama shoot Nova.
Marathon. What the fuck?
And they still have a gun drawn.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna rush over, with Can't Guard and see if he can help me with like holding her while I take the gun.
I think that's pretty reasonable. Yeah. What is the move that gives you access to Can't
Friends
Guard?
in weird places.
You know what playbook it's from,
I can figure out.
or can you read the move to me?
I do have it written down. It says you are friends with some odd people, folks that others might not consider people at all. When you call on them for help, the GM tells you what they provide. Give them a string on you and mark a favor next to their name. Whenever significant time passes, one of your friends with marked favor will need help from you. Clear their favor if you help. Mark a condition if you don't.
Okay, so they're gonna gain a string on you, and you're gonna mark favor on them for them to be able to do this. But they will absolutely disarm this person and restrain them for you. So you now have Panama Marathon disarmed and restrained. What do we do?
I'm,
Uh,
I'm, I'm gonna go up and
Explain
be like,
now.
what is happening?
Okay, so these sound like 2 different things. Let's roll with what Reed's trying to do here. That sounds like you're trying to figure someone out.
Mhm.
So roll plus wit.
Last bit.
And if you want to spend your string on them, you get +3.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. So I'm not oh. So +3, so 11.
Okay. So on a 10 plus, you can ask them 2 questions now or later in the scene, which are, what are your feelings towards blank? What do you hope to get from blank? How could I get you to blank? What do you love most? And how would you feel if I blank? You don't have to use those now, but you have
Yeah,
2 questions.
I think
So
I'm
you can
gonna
have.
hold on to those for a sec.
Okay. So what is everybody else doing during this?
I mean, I was straight up telling this bitch off.
How are you doing that? Like, what are you trying to gain from doing that?
Mm. Respect. I guess
Actually,
information on why they brought a gun into my bar.
Cool. You can try to figure out a person. It's a roll plus wit.
Just +1.
Or I suppose you also could investigate if you want. If you want, do you want more information about Panama themselves, or do you want more information about the overall situation?
Panama themselves.
Okay, that's figure out a person for sure. Roll plus wit.
Yeah, so 6, 12.
Okay, so you get to ask 2 questions now or later in the scene. What are your feelings towards blank? What do you hope to get from blank? How can I get you to blank? What do you love most? And how would you feel if I blank?
I'm actually gonna ask. So what do you hope to get? Be like, what did you want to get from shooting this? Like from shooting some like what are yeah, so I'm gonna have the what do you hope to get from shooting Nova?
Uh, they like answer really brusquely and essentially go like, "I wanted them to shut up.
I'm
I
gonna
wanted them to stop
double down
asking
on that
questions."
question.
Okay, how are you doubling down on that question?
Um,
Because essentially they've let you know like what you get out of what they say is they wanted Nova to stop asking questions.
Yeah, so I'm gonna look at Nova. I'm gonna be like, you good, bud?
I'm great.
Okay.
Nova, go inside.
No, I got some words.
Nova,
I got words.
and you can use them later inside.
Mm,
Now,
mm,
You're calm, Nova. You can do whatever you want.
I ain't doing it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go inside for a sec and get and have one of the like other like racers that I know like or I'm gonna go and I'm gonna ask Buff to get any medical supplies and bring them
yeah.
out.
I think one of the
think
kids could
I
probably
think
do
I'm
that.
just gonna drag both of them, both Nova and Panama, by the ear inside,
Sure.
into the employees' room and sit them down.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Weapons.
In the process, can't guard will like cuff them.
Yeah. Don't have to cuff Nova, but
No, they'll cuff Panama.
yeah. Um.
And I think
I'm gonna ask one of my.
Tibar will come up. and start patching up Nova.
So I'm gonna kind of like whisper to Nova. I'm gonna be like, well, what were you asking about that made them so pissed?
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna worry about it. You got shot for what you were asking.
Don't worry about it.
Nova, I swear to God.
I thought you didn't know me.
People have been saying your name. Mom's been
Yeah.
yelling at you for
Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. Sorry, it's the blood loss.
Yeah, yeah, the blood loss from getting shot
Yeah,
for not shutting up. So why don't you keep not
I've
shutting
had
up and tell me what
worse.
you were going on about?
Yeah, you
So,
know.
from figure out a person, Reed, you still have one question, and
I'm gonna use
you
one of
have
mine
two. Go ahead.
on Panama, and I
This is
guess
great.
how would I get you to calm down? Like in a sense of like talking about why this just happened.
Well, first you could take my cuffs off.
We take the cuffs off.
Okay. You got both of you. You each have a question.
Obviously, you're
Does
fairly
anyone
quick.
currently have strings on them?
I only
I
have
have,
strings on Nova.
yeah, just on Nova.
Okay. Nice.
Um, I know the relationship right now with Nova is poor, considering that you shot them. But
Uh-huh.
why are you feeling so negative?
Uh, uh, it's been an interesting couple of days. They were asking me about a business proposal that I'm not really supposed to talk about, and they shouldn't know about.
Listen, it's
I give side eye
okay.
to Nova.
Hey, it's good. It's good. It's good. I'm not thinking about killing you right now. I'm definitely not doing that. Um anyways, yeah, about that business proposal. The reason I know about it is my auntie's close with the head of directors. And I that's how I knew. Like I said, I was a big fan and I was looking forward to seeing you racing soon. So,
Uh, I don't think they believe you.
oh no, obviously not. I'm lying through my fucking teeth here. Um,
I think there's ways that you could get them to believe you, like if you were trying to like entice them into that, but I don't think that they're going to just believe what
no.
you say. So it
What do
really
you,
depends on what your motivation is here. And Reed, you still have one question.
yeah, what do you hope to get from this business venture?
Uh, a lot of money and security. Which
Can't blame me there.
Reed, that reads wrong in the back of your mind.
Yeah,
Panama is the
has been unsponsored for so long that like,
unsponsored for years. Yeah, they're one of the best racers, and they've been unsponsored for years. They don't race for that.
yeah,
Like, they still get money out of it, but they don't need the
that's not, yeah.
yeah.
Hmm. Does threatening also equal entice?
You're appealing to someone's physical or emotional sensibilities.
Unfortunate. I am bad at that.
If you're seeking to incapacitate them, you could fight them.
No, I don't want to do that. I need information.
That's going to be entice or figure out a person. Or how are you going to do that? Or just talking to them and try and convince them. But primarily, those are how you're going to do it.
If I fight them and try to figure out a person, I get 2 extra questions. Or 2 different questions.
Oh, is that one of your moves?
Yeah, I see right through you.
Maybe you try to fight them.
So can I, like, shove them and try and pin them up against the lockers and put them in, like, a lock?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not gonna let this happen.
Well, currently it's happening before you get to react.
I'm behind my back, I'm waving my hand at Mom. Like, please!
So when you seek to incapacitate someone with violence, roll plus daring or plus grace.
Okay, I got daring.
Okay.
And it is a 9.
Okay. Choose 2 and your opponent chooses 1. What would provoke your opponent to gain a string on them? Through violence or cutting words, inflict a condition. Create an opportunity for an ally through prowess or distraction. Take an object from your opponent or seize a superior position.
My brain did not process any of that out, so I'm pulling up the piece of paper.
Fine, you should have it up in front of you. The moves are posted in the Discord call.
Okay.
I know what they're gonna do. You're
I,
not gonna like it.
I'm gonna do what are you most afraid of right now?
Well, no, you have to choose your fight options first.
Oh, my fight option? What are my fight options?
So wait, how does the move work that you're rocking off of fighting?
When you figure out a person during a physical conflict, you can additionally add one of these questions on a 6+.
You're initiating the physical conflict by fighting with them.
So I have to
So
fight
choose
first?
your fight options first. You don't have to fight first, but in order to initiate what you want here, to incapacitate them, like, you have to fight them. They're uncuffed. If they had been cuffed, you would have been able to do that. Just shove them against the locker. But they're going to defend themselves against you, so you have to fight them to be able to do that. So you can gain a string on them by provoking them.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a string, and I'm also gonna inflict a condition.
Okay. What condition are you inflicting?
I'm gonna inflict... Ooh...
Angry, frightened, guilty, hopeless.
Oh, they're probably pissed. I'm gonna inflict angry.
Okay, cool. Yeah, they take your knife and point it at your neck.
Hey!
You pin them against the locker, they get their knife to your throat.
Well, that's bad. Anyways, yeah, it's not too bad.
Now that you're a knife point?
No. It's a little knife cut. Yeah, it's a bit... I've already been shot. What the fuck ever.
So, well, you wanted to get around to being able to figure out a person, right?
Yes, I'd like to figure out a person.
You are now you're able to do that.
Okie dokie. I roll for figure out a person now.
And you get a +3 if you spend a string.
Well, I don't need to do that. I already have a +3.
There are also things you can do just by spending strings, just as a heads up.
So I have an 8 + 3, so an 11. So I can ask 2 questions.
Okay.
One of those is going to be, what are you most frightened of right now?
What are they most frightened of right now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Alan Dusk.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. And then I'm also gonna ask what are what are you trying to get from Alan Dusk? Not the money, not the security. What are you actually getting?
Protection.
Protection? From what?
From Alan.
You're asking Alan for help to get protection from Alan? You can see
They're-
how that doesn't make any sense.
They're doing something for Alan in order to not have Alan do something to them.
Uh-huh.
Think like old school mafia, like
Gotcha.
shakedown. I'm gonna wreck your shop if you don't pay me protection money.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't do this favor for me,
Something
I'm
bad
gonna
happens
hurt
to your family. Yeah.
yes.
Gotcha,
yes.
gotcha.
That's the situation.
I let him go. Or her go.
Them.
See, that wasn't so hard. Didn't need gunshots and knife points. Just needed to talk.
They still have the knife.
I would still like my knife back.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that.
Alright.
Go and I swipe the knife.
You will have to fight them to do that.
Just let them have it. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Do you think...
Essentially, they have a knife pointed at the three of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a fucking security robot.
Yeah, you do.
Don't at me.
Anyways,
I will handcuff you again.
Mama, you think this has anything to do with the info I swiped earlier?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, good. Glad to know we're on the same paper.
I would
Okay.
love to be on the same paper.
While you're distracted, I need you to defy disaster.
Oh, what's that?
I need you to roll plus grace.
Oh,
Nova.
God, why would you
Uh-oh.
ever do that to me?
Because you're not paying attention to the situation at hand. Roll plus grace.
Oh, it's bad. It's a 4.
God damn it.
You're gonna stagger.
Ah, bitch.
You either are gonna lash out. So they stab you. They stab you in the ribs.
Yeah.
Or maybe they don't stab you, but they like slash at you. You know. No, I think they stab you. They
Ah.
you know, they get a knife in you pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You lash out at someone whose regard matters to you, provoke them to do something foolish and harmful, take advantage of a string on them if you have one. You hesitate or stumble, and the opposition gains an opportunity. You grin and bear the blow. Mark 2 conditions.
What happens if I mark all conditions? Do I die?
Well, you're at you though mark 4, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You're not maxed out. It's at 5. You're maxed out.
Ah, I see. I'm gonna lash out. Mama, can you get the droid to roll on him? I'm done with this man or woman person. Ah. And then I stumble over to my locker from earlier and I grab a vial out of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna order a camp guard to, go and handcuff.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Take the knife.
You
pat
know,
down for any other weapons.
You're really you really gotta pay me better for this, Mama.
Oh,
This
you have a
person shot and
huge-
stabbed someone now.
It's
You owe me
okay.
one.
Your
It's-
bonus is gonna look so good.
It's on me, Mama. I got him. It's my bad. I am the problem here.
You are.
Yeah.
And you're banned from my freaking bar for 3 weeks. I
Ah.
can't with this. I can't with
Come on.
So,
this. You know the rules.
After this mission, all right? After this mission.
Roll my eyes.
Read.
Now that Panama is handcuffed again, I'm gonna go up to them. I'm gonna wiggle their helmet off, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna say like, "This isn't like you, Marathon. This
It
isn't
is.
you."
It's not Panama.
And I'm gonna go, "Oh fuck, it really isn't you." Oh,
Well, shit, son.
So when you pull the helmet off, at first it looks like Panama, and then like in the tussle that's been happening, like something broke of their cyberware, and like the AR Panama face fades for like a second and glitches out.
Fact.
This ain't Marathon.
Yeah.
No wonder you were a shit driver. What the fuck?
And at that exact moment, Felicia walks in the room and goes, Mama, we got a problem.
Shoot, my love.
So we're gonna cut to, instead of this back room, to Felicia's like workshop. So I've been I've been following up on that lead you gave me, this paper, and I was able to exploit a backdoor uh, through a back channel in Priority Waters systems that led me to Dusk Co. like black website, and it's bad. This nanomachine tech they're talking about, they're not using it to like enhance cyberbrains. They're using it to like wipe personalities.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh yeah. And uh they have a test target already.
Well, let me guess.
Panama?
You know it.
Mm-hmm.
It's Panama.
Oh,
Alright.
damn.
So, the warehouse in the gang district, we gotta get there ASAP. Reed, I'm gonna need you to probably take the lead on this one.
I can get there fast, so.
Uh, sorry for roping you into all this.
I mean, it's Panama, so, you know?
You see them, like, pouring that vial they pulled out earlier, like, half into the wound and then chugging the other half?
I've seen weirder shit.
To each their own.
Alright, glad no one's weirded out. That's good. Can I get some bandages before we leave, Mom?
Yes.
Thanks. I owe ya.
If you're personally going to bandage them up, that could potentially be emotional support.
Damn it.
Do it. No, I'ma do it.
Perfect.
I'm gonna give you
Roll
all the
plus heart
emotional
or
support.
spirit,
Fuck.
and plus 3 more if you spend a string on them.
Ew, feelings.
Do you want me to spend my string on you?
That's up to you.
You feelings?
Ew,
How does
feelings.
you feelings proc?
When someone offers you emotional support, you refuse to open up, increase your feelings by 1 and choose one from the listed options.
Well, are you going to refuse to open up? Is the question.
God, that's a great question.
Let's play out the move first, and we'll see
Yep.
how this goes, huh?
Yep.
So, yeah, go ahead and roll plus heart or spirit, and plus 3 if you spend a string.
7.
Okay. Are you going to open up?
I'm trying to look at the emotional support rules.
So if you open up, you choose one. You clear a condition, mark XP, gain +1 forward, gain insight from the GM about an obstacle facing one of you.
I'm gonna say no. I'm not gonna refuse it this time.
Good.
Which I need to see. So I think this needs to be more of an in-depth scene, though. I think it needs to be like,
A proper scene.
yeah, I think it needs to be like, you know, them bandaging you up. Like, Reed's getting ready and getting the bike ready and things like that, and they're bandaging you up and like scolding you in the back office.
Mm-hmm.
Scold, yes, but a loving scold.
Sure,
Like,
yes, that's what I mean.
I'm sorry I said I was banning you for 3 weeks. I'm not. I could never ban you from here.
You know,
But
I deserved
what are
it.
the rules?
Yeah.
Well, yes, but you know that you can always seek for help when you need it. That's all I'm saying. You have people here who will support you, and it just scares me knowing that you'll go off alone and start picking fights when they're not needed.
Listen, I didn't want to pick a fight. They just didn't want to talk. But for real though, I didn't want to involve you guys in this. I knew it was gonna be dangerous, and being as close as I am to enemy lines, it's easy to wrap you guys in.
I know, and I appreciate you caring about our involvement, but feel like we all have a foot in somewhere where it doesn't belong. So the more of us there are to handle a situation, the better.
Also, I never said that, and I will never admit to saying that I care about you people.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I am. So you will get to remove one of your conditions.
Yeah.
I am gonna throw this out there, though. Your conditions, when you mark them, they do give you negatives to rolls.
I
So
know.
just it's
Ah,
okay.
shit. Well, I still would have gotten,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
We're just going forward. We need to remember that.
I'm
So
removing angry. Sorry.
okay,
I
I think that's
forgot.
fair. Don't forget, you also can clear your conditions by doing things.
Doing things? Like what
Yes.
things?
They each say something
They
to
each
clear.
say something. Yeah.
Okay, so while they're having their moment, I'm gonna be getting ready and everything, uh, prepping the
Hey,
bike. I'm gonna take out my big wrench sword thing, and yeah, just like be getting ready to go. Um, I would like to gossip as well.
okay.
Um, and I'm gonna do that. Um,
I'm gonna post in the chat the things you can do to remove conditions.
um, hmm, do I roll about waters? Um, would I be able to gossip about priority waters here?
So, how are you gossiping? Is it a move?
Yeah, it's a move.
Is it from
Um,
your playbook?
it's from a different one.
Okay.
So it's when you seek insight about a person by spending time gossiping with those who know them, and then I roll wit. Um, and then
I
yeah.
Yes, you can do that by talking to either Nova or talking to um the fake Panama.
Okay. Um, I'll talk to fake Panama.
Okay.
Okay. So I rolled a 7, which means I can ask figure out a person move about priority waters.
Okay,
But
cool.
then this fake Panama can uh also ask me a figure out a person question.
Excellent. Okay.
Um, so um I'm gonna ask how do I get priority waters to I guess free uh Panama like like leave her alone them alone.
You would have to offer them a better candidate for their program. Panama's the person they chose. They think Panama's the best racer.
That's bullshit. But
Well, I mean, if you think about it this way, if this whole thing doesn't work out with Panama and they get fried, like they still have Reed Relay. If this thing works out with Panama and they don't get fried, they got their new racer.
Either way, I'm a little screwed.
A little.
Little
How,
or a lot.
how can I get you to let me go?
Yeah, if you tell me where actual Panama is.
Okay, yeah,
Okay, yeah.
tell you the location. It's a warehouse, like a couple miles away.
All right, you want out of here? Get on my bike.
Are you kidding me?
I'll get you out of here. Get on my bike, I'll get you out of here.
All right, yeah. Hop on the back of your bike.
And we go to the warehouse.
Are you gonna wait for the other two?
Nah.
What the hell?
Okay, so you guys finish up with your scene, and Reed
I
has
hate
already
you
pulled
kids.
away.
Too old for this.
Nova told me to go alone.
No, I said to go ahead. Oh, gosh.
You said to go ahead.
Yeah, you're right there, I guess.
Noble, you're a bad influence.
I am. I don't know why you trust me in this place.
I don't know either.
This is why you keep me in the employee's office.
I just want to go home and sleep.
Anyways, I got the car back. You wanna go?
Mm-hmm.
We taking
Let's
camp
go.
guard?
No.
No? Okay.
He's got business later tonight.
That's fair. Alrighty. Well, to the car!
Reed, you're driving down the freeway,
Mhm.
and as you're doing this, a heavily armored like Jeep pulls up along your side.
Oh, hell no.
And inside of it is Frag Pro, the guy with the big arms.
Oh, God.
And he's driving next to you, and he's trying to reach out of the window at you.
I'm just gonna be like ducking through cars. I'm like, Bragg, what? What you want?
So as you do that, like Frag shoots his hand off of his robo arm and like grabs onto the back of your bike.
I'm gonna do my signature move of swinging the back of my bike around.
Sick. Are you defying disaster?
Yes.
Cool. I would say that is roll plus grace.
Sick. Heck yeah, that's a 10.
Okay, you do that with style. So you break free. And you're going to gain a string on what is her name? Blythe Primetime, who is the person that you have captured on the back of your bike.
Blythe Primetime.
Blythe Primetime. They're the partner of Frag Pro.
Ah.
They're local troubleshooters. They work for money. You've heard of them before. Blythe is kind of like a chameleon spy person.
Sick. Well, I've kind of kidnapped them now. So.
And Frag is trying to get them back. Frag is muscle.
Well, look, Frag.
Beefy boy.
So as you do that cool move, the other two of you pull up in your car. You manage to catch up to them.
Hey, guys.
Are we still driving?
Yes, you're all still driving.
while Reed is getting attacked?
Well, we gotta catch up.
Yeah.
Cute. I'm not the one driving.
It is
So
just
essentially, you guys pull up behind them as Frag grabs the back of their bike. Reed does their signature move, which is a flip around thing, which breaks them free of Frag's arm, and like breaks Frag's arm in the process. And then, like, they're still chasing each other down the street. Actually, at this point, it seems like Reed is playing chicken with Frag.
Yeah, looks like he's doing great. I got nothing. Unless I stole that gun I took.
I
Oh,
don't see why you
legendary
wouldn't
weapons.
have.
I probably did.
You
No
could
guns in my
attempt to
car
shoot
has
him.
gun.
Reed, you also can try and take him down with your wrench sword.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and like pop a wheel, I think,
Okay.
so that he can't quite follow us. So that's what.
I would say fight. Roll plus daring or grace.
We're gonna do grace. Uh, yeah, that's gonna be 11.
Oh,
I'm
excellent.
rolling so well.
Um, so you can provoke your opponent to gain a string on them through violence or cutting words, inflict a condition, create an opportunity for an ally through prowess or distraction, and take an opportunity from your opponent or seize a superior position. You can choose 3 of these, and they choose 1 to you.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
I think they're going to inflict a condition on you. Um, I think they're going to inflict guilty on you. Or do you have angry already, or are you?
No, I got nothing.
You're angry. This is
I'm
taking too
angry.
long.
Okay. Get out of my way.
Um, that said, yeah. What do you want to do
I give
to
them
them?
3.
Yep.
So I'm gonna inflict um I'm gonna inflict a condition. Um, you know, they're
I think it's
this
insecure.
yeah, I was gonna say insecure. I want it to be frightened, but I feel like insecure makes more sense. I mean,
Yeah.
I did rip this man's arm off though, so maybe he's a little scared. But yeah, we can go with insecure.
If you did another condition to him, it'd definitely be frightened. But I think
Yeah,
insecure.
yeah, I think insecure, and then I'm going to create an opportunity for my allies. So he's distracted now. So you guys could pull ahead of him. Um,
Yeah, we can do that.
It would probably be a good idea for you to get a string on him, and I'll tell you why in just a moment.
yeah, I will get a string on him. So then I have a string on both of them. Oh, damn it.
Cool. So that's why, is because you have a string on both of them. And when you influence with a string, uh, you can spend strings to either find out what you need to do to get them to do what you want, or sometimes NPCs will just agree to it. At this
Mhm.
point, if you spend a string on both of them, they're gonna see that this job is not worth the creds.
Yes.
So what do you say to Big McLarge Huge Frag
Huge
to Frag Pro?
brag pro. Um, yeah, so I'm swinging out. I've popped his tire, so he's kind of spun out. Um, I just kind of like pull over like up to the side of him. I look at him. I'm I'm like, you want your friend back?
Uh, yeah,
I was like, I just kind of look and I turn and I look at Blythe, who's like holding on to me. Um, I'm like, you two are working with Waters and with Dusk,
Uh,
right?
they paid us to
Yeah, yeah.
distract people.
How about this? You get off my bike, you two go home, and you have the night off.
I think that sounds like a good idea. I think we're just gonna go home.
Hmm. Rent a movie.
Yeah, we'll go down to the local blockbuster and rent a movie.
Sounds like a nice night, but
Yeah.
have fun, okay?
Uh, yeah. I don't want to mess with you anymore, Reed. You're
Well,
hardcore.
thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah, mad respect.
Yeah. I'll see you next race. We
Eh,
can grab a drink after.
yeah, we'll see you at the next race for sure.
Okay. And I like help Blythe off the bike, like they're a little dame.
They like push their car off to the side of the road. He starts working on pulling the tire off the back.
And I like reach into like the back of like my bike and I pull out like a little wrench and I just like hand it over and I'm here you go.
Oh,
And I
uh,
drive off.
thanks. All right, so you guys drive to this warehouse. Um, so yeah, normally a warehouse like this would look like it just has like a normal warehouse. It's, and people would be like, it's a criminal warehouse, so like there'd be like some like guards and things like that. Nah, at the moment there's like a couple of dudes who seem pretty heavily armored,
I would like
wearing like ceramic body armor and have pretty intense rifles.
um I would like to use been around.
Okay.
When you enter a new location, roll wit to see if you can recall an adventure here or something here reminds you of something you've experienced.
Go for it. I think this would be a good idea for you too, Nova. Nova, you have a similar
Read
ability.
the room.
Might be a good idea.
Yeah, I was planning on it.
8. So I can ask the GM a question about the location.
And I got a 10.
Is there a list of questions or just a question in general?
Just a question.
Okay.
Um. mm. So we know it's for like crime or what do
Uh-huh.
you say, like gangs and stuff.
Yeah.
So is there it's a warehouse. So like basically what's the layout that we'd be looking at? Like entrances, windows, like
There's
both
like
inside and outside.
essentially you have a wall around the outside, right? It's surrounded by like four streets. It's a square or rectangle. It's um there's a warehouse yard area inside the wall, and then there's the warehouse itself, which is a big rectangular building. Uh Going around the outside of the second story of the warehouse, like 3 stories tall, the second story of the warehouse is a catwalk, and it gives positions for all the guys with guns. To get inside the gates, there's like to get inside the warehouse into uh the yard area is a big like gate. Other than that, you'd have to hop the fence, which is covered with like a plasma wire. Um, and then there's windows on the second, or there's like doors in the second story of the warehouse, and like some skylights on top of the roof, and then there's some doors on the first floor as well, including big sliding doors at the front of the warehouse. I will say that you specifically have some resources you could call on in the form of your contacts to make it a lot easier for you.
Yeah.
Do I get to ask my questions now?
Yes, what are your questions?
How do I go unnoticed here? And who should I approach first? Who is alone and ass would be easy to kick?
There's a location where you can find a lone guard patrolling the street area where you could knock them out. And then, as what was your other question?
How do I go unnoticed? But I think I have an idea of what I'm gonna do to go
The
unnoticed.
the easiest way to go unnoticed here would be to have a hacker messing with their systems.
Oh, that's great knowledge. We'll use that too.
Because they could cut the plasma wire, they could turn off cameras.
Alright, Ma, we're gonna need Felicia. She'll do a great job busting in.
I'm gonna call a family meeting. Family call.
It's a great idea to call a family meeting.
Have a
Yeah.
little FaceTime.
Hello, my dears. Hope you're not in too much trouble.
Hey, Ma.
So here's the situation. I give them a rundown of like what I know about the warehouse, what we're looking at gun-wise on the catwalk, who's with me.
Yep.
Basically, I'm just gonna ask them what they think, who they think is the best option to call upon. I'm thinking Shadow. But
So,
they're advice, basically.
they realistically, all of them.
Oh God.
All of them. Yeah.
Oh no.
Shadow could come with you to maintain illusions to keep you from being seen, hopefully. Felicia could hack everything from a somewhat secure location nearby. And Tibar could create a robot that could do an EMP blast and knock down some of their other security that Felicia wouldn't have to deal with then.
I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot. I'm bringing all three.
That I unplugged my mic on accident.
R.I.P.
So what'd you say?
I said I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot. I'm bringing all three.
Oh, okay. The only one that will have to go inside with you is Shadow. So,
Correct, but
The other
I'm
two can
using
stay
all
in the
of their
car.
resources.
do y'all have a big van?
No, I got a Subaru.
I mean, my kids probably have. Like,
Okay.
we've got a little like Volkswagen van, you know.
No. I mean like a big work van.
Oh,
You need like a workstation for
You know, a hub.
Felicia.
I would imagine.
Okay, I think it's
They're
reasonable.
my kids. I've got
Yeah.
a robotics illusionist and hacker. I think they have one stashed away somewhere. It could be me figuring out the first time that they have it.
Yeah, so they like FBI van it and like park around the corner, essentially, a couple blocks down. And Felicia starts hacking their systems to cut the
So I'm
power.
marking needs on all of them.
You are. This is tough. Also, like, while you're at this, Shadow is with you and runs the risk of being injured, so... And simultaneously, while Felicia does that, Tibar, sends in a little drone. He, like, flies a drone in, and it shoots an EMP blast. And you're able to take out the lone guard and hop over the fence and get inside the building without being seen.
I'm gonna strip the god.
Also, I'm marking experience. I followed their advice.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm stealing the man's clothes.
Oh, anyone who's rolled a 6 or minus should also gain experience for
Oh,
this.
I think I get 2 experience. I'm pretty sure I rolled
That's
2
down.
You
4s.
do indeed.
I'm
Sounds
not
right.
playing Joel. I'm not failing all my rolls.
Got
Right.
stabbed repeatedly.
Oh, poor Joel.
Yeah.
I love Joel. Not
Joel's
poor Joel.
great.
Great.
And I mean poor Joel in the fact that he can never roll.
I'm so beefy now, though.
That is
In
true.
all the best ways.
Okay. I will remind you that one of you has 3 conditions currently. So,
Mhm.
I am going to use my ability. Play the part.
uh-huh.
When using someone else's personal item or clothing to disguise yourself as them, roll plus daring. I also steal this man's face.
Horrifying.
Yeah. So my face like shimmers and it turns into a perfect recreation of that man's face. So I need to roll plus daring.
Okay.
Oh, one's tilted. I have to reroll. And I can't actually see my dice, so woof. It's math. It's a 6. Fuck.
You have so much experience.
Yep.
Okay.
So nobody's gonna buy this shit, but you know.
It's not true.
If you keep getting experience, I'm gonna start calling you Joel.
What is gonna happen here?
I don't know what happens if I fail. Is I think they just don't believe my
No.
disguise.
No, it absolutely works. That's not how it works. 6 minus is not a failure in this game outright. It is a downbeat.
Gotcha.
Okay. Got it.
Maybe my AR is glitching a little. Or the clothes are too baggy.
Nah, you guys get inside the warehouse, and in the middle of the warehouse is, Panama Marathon hooked up to like a weird medical system that is filtering nanomachines into them.
I whisper over to them. Do you think I could trip over the cable and just stop it all?
There's not really guards on the inside, too. All the guards are on the outside of this building.
Or should we try to, properly shut down the machine? I ain't smart.
We should probably try shutting down the machine.
Yeah. Nah, I think this is more your wheelhouse.
Yeah. Maybe. Do I know how to shut down this machine?
I don't think
You
any
can
of us know how to shut down this
You
machine.
try.
Tivar knows how.
Press the red button.
No.
I think the best way to do that.
Wait a sec. I haven't made a devious scheme.
Uh-huh.
Can I make a devious scheme still?
Sure.
Alright. Real quick devious scheme, guys. Alright. So we're gonna come in here, we're gonna shut down the machine, we're gonna save Panama Marathon, and we're gonna hightail it out of here. Like nothing ever happened. That sound good?
Yeah, that sounds like what's happening.
Yeah, great. Fantastic.
So what's the devious scheme do?
I roll plus wit. I have rolled fucking 6 again. Never mind.
What happens on a 6 minus for the move?
Nothing. It just doesn't work.
Okay. You guys notice that Panama's like normal race suit has been replaced with like a suit of like ceramic, like almost like mech armor? You know?
Well, that ain't good.
That
Think like sleek but very like Mega Man or like Kamen Rider-esque. Like Power Rangers armor, essentially. Like it is armored. Don't get me wrong, it's not like spandex, it's an armor. But and on it says Atlas X.
Well, this shit bad.
Yeah, it don't look too good.
It doesn't look really good.
it says like Atlas X by Priority Waters.
No, yeah, that's not good.
Shit. Why haven't I
And
heard anything about this?
it beeps.
Uh-oh.
And steam starts being vented from the machine as it starts to release Atlas from the machine.
I'm gonna pull the plug.
It's too late for that.
I can't keep him stuck in the chair at least?
No.
Ah, bitch.
And like in front of their eyes is like a visor instead of like a real helmet. And it just like it blinks on and like text scrolls that says like Atlas X booting, and then like cyber eyes essentially pop up on the visor.
Reed, I think your friend's dead.
A friend is a stretch of a word, but
Your rival's
Um,
dead.
damn.
And they pull a like cyber blade off of their side. They like pop up and pull a cyber blade off their side, and they have a laser sword pointed at you guys.
Ma, you
Yeah.
got your sword cane?
Get my wrench sword out.
They are gonna charge you, Reed.
Yeah, that.
Can I dodge?
Well, they're charging Reed,
Oh.
not you. Reed can do whatever they want.
I'm gonna parry, I guess.
I think that's fighting.
Fighting.
Yeah. Roll
I-
plus daring or grace.
I'm gonna do grace, and that is an 11.
Awesome. Choose 3 and they choose 1. You can choose conditions multiple times.
Um, I'm gonna flirt with Panama,
Perfect.
to gain a string. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go, oh, so it looks like you did want that dance. Um,
Oh, that's good.
and then can uh, I forget what the word is for it, but can I basically like break their grip on their sword so they
Oh yeah,
drop it?
absolutely.
Cool. So that'll be take an
You can
object.
parry their sword and it'll like fly behind them and stab into the ground.
Yeah, we're gonna do those. Um, and I guess I will inflict. I think inflicting a condition would be great. Um, Probably the one that makes most sense is probably just anger.
I think so.
Yes.
And, and they have the best response to this ever. They pull out another sword.
Just pull out another sword.
Well,
They have
goddamn.
2, yeah. They pull out a second sword.
Probably.
Can I try and figure out a person?
You absolutely can.
All right.
Uh,
More sword.
you got to, like, you did a really cool disarm, and they're just like, bam, second sword. It's great. They only have 2, I promise. There's not 3
I've got-
swords.
Not
I
just
rolled a
infinite
7.
sword.
No.
7. That's good.
So you can ask 2 questions, or they're gonna ask one of you.
How can I get you to stop fighting?
Uh, they They say that's not possible in the current circumstances,
Okay.
which you can interpret as like without disabling their nanomachines somehow.
Um, how would you feel if I hugged you? Just kidding. Hmm. What are your feelings towards Alan?
Uh, it's in like bright red letters across their visor. You just see kill.
Okay. Now, I have Master of the Heart, and it says when you figure out a person during a physical conflict, you may additionally ask one of these questions. And I'm going to ask, how could I help you deal with your problem?
We You need to find a way to disable the nanomachines without injuring them. It's possible. It's very hard, but it's possible. You probably need a specialist.
I'm going to call on Tibar.
Okay? That will definitely require you to mark.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's not going to be a permanent solution.
No.
So you guys could roll a 6 or less, and these things will reactivate. So, just as a heads up. In the meantime, though, until Tibar gets there, because he's in a van around the corner, uh, you know, they got a sword. They're still gonna fight you. Who's doing
Yeah,
what?
we're
All
doing
right,
sword
Reed, keep
stuff.
him busy. You got it. I believe in
Uh,
you.
okay, sure.
I've been shot and stabbed. I ain't doing this again.
Yeah, but this is your job.
Is it?
I stole.
I don't know what your job is. All I know is you're the one who started getting shot and stabbed.
Uh, Reed, they are distracted right now. You could try to disarm them again.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna try and disarm. I'm gonna try and like pin them.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll plus daring or grace.
S Fuck yeah. 12.
Awesome. Again, you get to choose 3, and your opponent chooses 1 to apply to you in response. Um, uh, Go ahead. What are you gonna do? Choose your 3 first.
Um, yeah. Well, one, yeeting that other sword. No more sword for you.
Okay.
Um,
You just do it again. You're that good at fighting them. You just
um,
They haven't downloaded the latest uh, sword fighting methods.
um, yeah, I'm gonna like knock them and pin them down to the ground.
okay.
I'm gonna kind of like shake them, and I'm gonna be like, this isn't you, Marathon. Like, I know you're still there. You wouldn't ever let me just beat you without a fight.
Ooh, okay.
This isn't like you. Um, so I'm gonna, I guess, hmm. So I'm gonna take another string on them.
Okay.
We're having a very touching moment here. Um, and I
Uh, they are also gonna take a string on you, and I'll tell you how in just a moment.
Yeah. I think another condition, I'm just trying to figure out which one would
I
make the
think
most.
guilty.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So their visor like pulls back to the sides so that you can see their actual eyes. Uh, and they say that was one hell of a dance, and
Oh
they're gonna
my
get straight
God.
on you.
Yeah, they do.
Uh, and you can proc a couple of things right now. You can proc Smitten if you're interested. And there's also the move that is Finally Kiss in a dangerous situation. Either or both.
Yeah, I'll take both because
Cool.
we'll just do that. Um,
So they get a second string on you, and we're gonna answer the Truths of Heart and Blade section on your playbook. Let me go bring
yes.
that up.
So I need to say why we're smitten. Um, I genuinely Reed always been a little smitten. It's just part of their rivalry is they just never thought that Panama would like ever re reciprocate any sort of feeling. So they're just like, whatever. Nah,
Uh,
this is all just a joke.
yeah. So
Um,
why do you think that they'll never be able to accept the real you?
um, I guess that like Reed's main appeal is how showmany they are, like their commercial appeal. Um, and like so it's a mix of that Panama has never seemed to like their showmanship. Um, and then also the fact that like Reed isn't a showman when they're not a racer or at like out and about and like having to put that on. So it's a mix of oh, they don't like who I pretend to be, which is like Reed's idealized version of themselves. So they're like, if they don't like who I wish I was, they wouldn't like who I actually am. Uh,
Yeah.
and and just like the whole like they're always at odds with each other and like their whole dynamic is Reed flirting with them and them act like being like shutting them down is their entire dynamic. So it's like why they're like why would they ever
Well,
actually like me?
then and then you finally get like there's a capitalization on that moment
Hmm.
as Tibar like fixes them and y'all smooch
Yeah.
in a
So
dangerous
it's like
situation. The moment that happens, that this is why it's a dangerous situation, a bunch of the dudes from outside with guns burst into the room, and Priority Waters walks into the room and just starts throwing a hissy fit. He's just like, no, 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 this is not how this was supposed to happen. And think of Priority like, um, you guys know the bad guy from Scott Pilgrim?
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much to a T, but like maybe with like more cyberpunky clothes, you know? And it's just this is not
Wearing
how
like
this is supposed to happen.
a clear vinyl jacket or something.
Yes, 100%. He's a corporate type, but still, he's like a, edgy corporate type. Um, and uh he's like, "That's it, Reed. You're going on the bench for a while. Uh you're messing with my plans way too much. And I am going to have you mark insecure because your sponsorship is at risk. In fact, all of the hollow imagery on your bike and your clothes, the priority waters part of it disappears.
And, uh, I am gonna kind of shoot back at him. I'll be like, I'm messing with your plans. You're messing with their life.
I am giving them a new life, a better life. A
I,
life
s-
sponsored by Priority Waters.
Yeah, saw that coming.
Our brand needs somebody who represents us in every aspect of their life.
so
I'm
you're
gonna try and
just
figure out a person if I can.
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh. 12.
Awesome. You can ask 2 questions.
Hmm. How mean do I want to be?
Very.
Very. Because while you're gonna ask these questions, he essentially says, "I'm done fucking around. It's time to bring in the bottle," and taps his smartwatch. And you just hear like a beep, 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 beep.
How do you feel if I exposed your true intentions and
Uh,
the danger that your nanotechnology would cause?
hopeless. You would feel hopeless.
And what do you truly hope to get from trying to eliminate people's personalities and make them into giant mechs?
Power, cut and dry. This person wants power. Alan Dusk is offering power.
Great. Master of the Heart, how can I help you deal with your problem?
Like getting out of my way. A giant mech suit drops through the roof in front of you, and he jumps into the cockpit.
God
Question,
damn it.
John.
What's up?
How easy would it be for me to just Oh wait, no. Felicia's the hacker,
Hacker.
right?
Yeah, she's in contact.
Can I
Y'all got
forward
radios.
her all my passwords to Priority Waters and ruin this man?
Do you have strings on Waters?
Well, I'm the secretary.
I do.
I'll let someone else spin their strings for that, and yes.
I'll use my string.
Cool.
Cool. The mech suit immediately shuts down. And he like
Oh.
he like falls out and he's just like, "Ah, hell."
I would like to entice.
Okay.
10. I'm gonna
What is
gain
your
that
goal?
string
What
back.
is your goal with enticing?
I
Hold on.
want to offer him a better deal. That's my goal.
I don't think this is enticing. I think you
But
are
his emotional
calling
sensibilities of power.
I think you're calling on toxic power.
Mm,
You can entice. It's your call.
It could be considered like a bargain. You're parlaying with a toxic power.
Mhm. It'll give you information and give you bonuses to act on that information.
I wanted to try to entice.
Okay, try and entice. Go for it. Roll plus heart.
Did 10.
So you gain a string on them, and they choose one. Um,
So what I wanted to entice him with, and like maybe this was Paul on Toxic Power, but here was my intention. So basically, I wanted to offer him a deal, relating to my underground fight club.
mhm.
Um, basically, I give him access to my fighters and the extra revenue that comes in, and he basically gains a partnership in.
It's definitely calling on a toxic power.
Okay.
Yeah. So just add your plus spirit instead of plus heart to that.
That's a 9.
Okay. Um. Yeah, he'll do that, but he wants your bar to stock priority water. Like he wants your water source to only be priority water.
Deal.
Okay, cool. He says, "I'll send my secretary down to have you to sign for it."
Oh yeah.
Whatever. Keep my patrons sober.
And then he kind of limps away.
Well, that went better than expected. I'll
Yeah.
forward that paperwork to you right now.
No, bye.
It's unfortunately a bad contract. It's a steep deal.
Can I edit it?
Uh, sure, why not?
Oh no, I sent the wrong paperwork. Oh well. We lose 5%.
Well, they were already upcharging 25%, so
Exactly. So, it's at least
all
a
right.
slightly better deal.
I need to take care of my children.
You need to take care of
They
your
need
children.
a lot of head
Go
pads.
home.
What are their levels at right
Oh
now?
fuck! So bad.
What are their levels at right now?
Tibar and Felicia are at 2. Shadows at 1.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Eh,
They're not at 3.
well,
How do you take care of your children?
Feel like we gotta go shopping.
yeah.
Taking them out for ice cream.
We can have a quick like break scene. I mean, you are a little bit on a timer.
Yeah.
What's the time?
I'm gonna start a clock.
Eh?
I'm gonna start a clock.
Okay.
I'm gonna start a nanomachines clock.
Oh no, we didn't figure that out.
No, you did not.
Shite.
I'm not ticking the clock. I'm just starting the clock. But in 4 ticks, the nanomachines will wake back up, and you're gonna lose marathon.
I'm gonna ask Panama if she knows if they know anything about this machine and how it was like set up. If they said anything about it.
Oh.
No, they don't know shit.
Oh, my back.
What do you do to your back? De-shrimp.
I was told to de-shrimp, and that's what broke my back.
GM,
Yes.
what would my children need?
Boy, what do your children need? It's different for each of them, isn't it? So, um, uh, Felicia needs, she needs, additional, like, hacking supplies, essentially, like an upgrade to her rig, because she just did some really dangerous stuff, and she needs to, like, have a more powerful rig to defend against it, because, like, eventually they're gonna find out who hacked them.
Yeah.
Hibar is going to need new drones, and Felicia probably just needs a day with her family.
Well, that'd be Shadow.
Ah, that's what I meant, Shadow.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna Amazon Prime. Uh, some robotics equipment and some new rigging for the computer and cell phone.
I am going to say, uh, you're gonna need to defy disaster to do this.
Okay.
We're gonna say this is probably, uh, this is either with wit or with heart.
Okay. Six.
Cool. I'm gonna tick a clock one time, so the nanomachine's clock is gonna tick, and on top of that, because this is gonna take time, you have to like
Mm-hmm.
set up time doing this. You're tapped for cash. Like you cannot spend money on anything. Like there's just no cash flow that you can reasonably call on. Like relying on your credit anymore will break you. Okay. So what are you guys doing? You need to find a way to deactivate the nanomachines.
Uh, um,
Can I call on a toxic power to try and get in contact with the like head of robotics in Priority Waters?
How is that going to help you?
I can ask them how to turn them off.
Wasn't developed by Priority Waters. It was
Never
developed by
mind.
Dusk.
Hmm.
You could call on Toxic Power to get in contact with them.
Yeah, I guess I could ask the one lady. Oh, but I'm not supposed to know about the nanobots.
Uh-huh. That's why it's calling it a Toxic Power.
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna call. What was her name?
Petra Portal.
Tetra Portal. I'm gonna call. I'm gonna put my old lady kindergartner face on. Um. And I'm gonna call Tetra Portal.
Okay. She answers.
Tetra, dear, I'm afraid there's been a bit of a problem.
What kind of problem?
You see, I'm down at the site where the new experimental racer is currently being worked on. And
Ah, yes.
it seems that it's gone a bit on the haywire end, and we need to shut down the nanobots. Is
Ah,
there any method of doing that? Unfortunately, nobody on site seems to have a fucking clue what they're doing.
not a way to do it on site. We can do it at our labs.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Hmm. Did you roll?
No, I did not roll.
Roll plus spirit.
Alright, what did I. Fuck!
How bad is it?
Let's see. What's my spirit? It's a 0.
How bad
It's
is
a
it?
4!
hey, you get an advantage.
We're gonna take a clock.
Also, I level up.
Also, bad things are gonna happen. Um, she She hangs up.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
And there is now a corporate task force that is searching for you.
Shit. I'm also taking center of the web.
Okay.
When somebody approaches you to get something from you or threaten you, choose one.
Cool.
Does that
So we'll start
happen
this.
now because I am being threatened by a corporate task force?
So what does it do?
I gain a string on someone, or they lose a string on me. I ask a question from figure out a person move, or you get a +1 going against them for the scene.
You can gain a string on Tetra. That's fine.
Cool.
I'll retroactively allow that.
Cool.
Cool. There's a corporate task force hunting for you.
Guys, I fucked up.
Hey Reed, how much money do you have?
Let me pull as much cash out as I can before they stop my card.
I mean, they pay pretty well. I
You guys check your accounts.
Oh
I'll check my.
no.
All of
Did they
your
freeze all of our
accounts are
cards?
frozen.
Shit.
You have no creds.
Never mind.
Can I open my wallet? What do I got in the piggy bank?
All digital currency.
Shit.
Yeah.
Six.
You have like, outside of your actual accounts, you have like essentially like a gift debits on you uh that have small amounts on them. You have small change.
I got an Uber. That's about
Essentially. Yeah.
it.
Like you might be able to buy a couple weapons or go to like a chop dock or something, but you're gonna be bartering. And currently, outside of contacts, not a lot of people are gonna want to help you.
Hmm.
That said, since you're in such a bad situation, I will allow you guys to call contacts. You guys can call upon new contacts and establish new contacts by essentially saying who they are, and you can only do this once, but you can say who they are, and then either why they have a string on you or you have a string on them.
I know who my contact's gonna be.
Yep.
This is Marty. He's my mods guy. He
So
might. He's
a
cyber.
cyberware dealer,
Yeah.
like a chop dock.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The chappiest.
Why do you have a string on him, or why does he have a string on you?
uh, he's got a string on me because last week I got shot again and he patched me up.
Okay. What's the plan?
I'm gonna talk to Marty and we're gonna bring our new friend down and we're gonna see if he can take a look at least.
That's insanely risky, but okay.
You know, that's all we got.
Sure, yeah. You guys can go down to
I
the
mean,
chop dock shop.
It's either that or we have the Tibar look at him again.
This is not a robotics thing.
No.
This is like nanotech.
Yeah.
Not mechanics.
No, not really. A cyberware doc might be able to do a little bit better at it. No, mechanics is gonna be like vehicles.
Mhm.
All right, everyone, let's pile in the Subaru. We're gonna see Marty.
You guys pile in and drive to go see Marty. It's a dinky
Is it
little
spelled
chop
with a
shop.
W? Mati. M-A-W-T.
Mwah.
Mati.
Mawtey.
Hey, Marty.
It's hold on. Hey. How's it going?
Alright, what's up, cuz? I got a buddy here. They ain't doing so hot. We were
Yeah.
hoping you could take a look at the cyber brain for us.
Yeah, can do.
Alright, it's real fucked up in there, sorry.
So, what's going on?
They got a experimental surgery. It's real bad, buddy. It's trying to wipe the personality from him and turn him into like a worse synthetic.
Uh-huh. So what am I dealing with here?
Nanobot technology.
Dude, you're nanobots? You're bringing me nanobots.
Listen, Marty, who else am I supposed to fucking go to? You're my
Dude,
guy.
I'm your guy for replacing an arm or an eye, maybe giving you a little bit of the pow, you know? Like I can give you a gun inside your arm,
I
you
know,
know?
Marty.
I can make your eye see in the dark. I don't do nanobots, man.
But
I
Marty,
ain't nanobots.
I believe in you. You're my bro. You can handle anything I throw at you. I know it.
Look, my name is Marty Dongleface. Alright? I'm Marty Dongleface. I ain't here to deal with no nanobots.
But they got
I
dongles in their face, Marty. They are here for you.
Ah, swear on my mother's grave. Swear on my mother's
Your mama
grave.
ain't even dead, Marty. I saw her last week at the supermarket.
Supermarket. All right, fine. I'm gonna attempt it. It's gonna be risky and it's gonna cost you a lot.
You know I'm good for it, Marty.
Entice, please.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you gotta roll entice on this one. And he has a string on you. Marty has a string on you. Marty's gonna spend his string on you to give you a -1 to your roll.
Why would you do that to me, Marty? Marty, I'm taking a -4 to this roll. Marty, that's a -2.
I am going to tick a clock twice. The corporate task force is zoning in on you. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take 2 clocks once. It'll be easier. So, because these nanomachines, Marty ain't
Marty ain't
he,
equipped for.
he ain't dealing with these nanomachines very well. No,
Right, Marty, if you can help us, can you point us in the direction of someone who can?
I don't do nanomachines.
I know you don't.
Told you, I don't know anybody who does the nanomachines. I am a chap doctor. I am not a corporate nanomachine scientist. I do backroom surgery. I'm like a veterinarian for troubleshooters. What you get about that, Nova? I got nothing. I tried. I did my best. Didn't work.
You didn't do
Your friend
nothing.
Oh, he did. He did like a little work, but
looked
he
at it.
immediately, yeah, he looked at it. He's like, "This is getting worse, and I don't want to touch it." I ain't getting stabbed by no nanomachines. This ain't it. Does anyone else want to try and call on a different contact, or want to maybe investigate or anything like that? One of you could personally try investigating the nanomachines.
I'm gonna try.
Okay, investigate
how,
is
but-
roll plus wit or heart. Nanomachines, son. Nanomachines.
5.
Do you have any strings on Panama?
Nope.
Reed, you do though, right?
Yeah, okay, we're gonna investigate.
Well, I'm gonna let you spin strings to improve their roll.
I mean, uh,
You have 2, right?
yeah, you can have one.
They need both.
You need both.
They need both. They need both, or the nanomachines activate again.
Fine, take both of them.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know it's rough.
Ask you to investigate questions that none of the questions help us.
Can I trade you strings? Can you give me 2 and I give you 1?
Just
Doesn't
take the
work that way.
strings.
I'm being generous, letting them spin strings on your roll as is.
I don't
I'm a,
see how any of these questions really help us.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I guess. Okay, ask your questions.
there are 2 of these questions that are absolutely helpful.
Where's
Kinda.
wait, where's the you said
It's in
investigate?
chat.
Investigate it in the chat.
Where?
Scroll up a bit.
Ah.
You asked 2, but you may not like the answer to one of them. What doesn't add up here? What locations in the city show evidence of a pattern? Who left behind something they shouldn't have? What rumors have
Right.
surfaced in the Netscape about this? And which contact interrupts an investigation to give me a solid lead?
Mm,
Does
Yeah.
someone else's string only add 1?
What's that?
How much does using a string add?
+1 to your roll.
Ah,
I feel
It's
like that
only
last one's pretty good.
it's only a +3
yeah.
on the specific move.
oh,
Figure
which
someone out
contact
gives you +3.
interrupt?
Which
Yeah.
contact?
Mhm.
Um, are you okay?
Choking on my own spit. Sorry, I'm trying to mute. It's not working.
Okay. Um, let's invent a new contract that you have a string on. This is. I have a good name. Hold on. Uh, this is. It's Jank Newton.
Jake Newton.
Newton.
It's Jank Newton. That's who interrupts you. Is Jank Newton.
The drag
Uh,
dancer with disguises that I already know.
yes, yes. It's not a new contact. It's one of your contacts you already know. It's Jank Newton. They show up, uh, and they have a solid lead for you
Interesting.
because Jank just happens to, you know, uh, have a day job at a corporation. And so Jank tells you about a like a meeting of like some scientists at their day job at Duskco that they happen to hear about. And it happens to do with their nano division. And he tells you where it's taking place.
Where is it taking place?
It's just like a corporate office, essentially.
Ah, okay. Second question. Who left behind something they shouldn't have?
A Priority Waters.
I know what
Priority.
did he leave
He
behind.
left his mech.
Yeah,
his
that's a
mech.
big one.
Yeah.
Priority Waters giant robot that Nova has all the codes for is just sitting in that warehouse still.
Oh, you know,
It's like a giant robot. It's like, 3 stories tall. You can do a lot with a giant robot. That's all I'm saying.
You're right. We can do a lot with a giant robot. Reed, you want a giant robot?
Sure. Who would say no to a giant robot?
All right, all right. We should probably go back to the warehouse and get that before the task force catches up with us. Because I feel like,
I mean, I can probably have Tibar like dismantle it.
Well, I mean, we have the passwords to the giant robot. I could take down
Too.
the entire task force with a giant robot
That's
while
true.
Nova, you should probably disguise yourself back in your creepy kindergarten teacher secretary form and go infiltrate this meeting.
I'm afraid we might be a bit compromised, but I can
That
certainly
is
give it a
true.
try.
Oh, it's just as some random businessman.
Are y'all familiar with Titans from Titanfall?
No.
Okay, let me show you a picture of one. Hopefully, I can send a picture of you. That.
Ah. Okay.
Oh, this is a better picture, but oh well. Anyway, yeah, giant robot with the sword.
Okay. I'm gonna go back. Uh, have Felicia de-hack that robot, or I guess rehack that robot so I can use it.
Log in.
And yeah.
Yep, definitely.
So see you later.
All right, I'm gonna go get my
If she does that, she's in dire need.
She does not need to mark for this one.
Okay.
She's already done it once. By the way, have you been tracking your feelings?
no, I have
Nova?
not gotten any feelings, so it's
That's wild.
only when people take strings on me, because
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think anybody's taken a string on me yet.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Oh no, each time I gain a string, so I'm up to 2 feelings.
Okay.
So yeah. Or I'm up to 3 feelings because Maudie has a string on me too.
We're so close.
No.
I want the meltdown to happen.
No.
All right.
I'm putting
So
my old lady disguise back on.
what's the game plan?
I think I'm crashing a board meeting.
Are you gonna create a plan for that?
I should create a devious scheme. So I'm gonna crash this. What am I doing? Crashing this board meeting?
You're gonna listen in and find out all of their secrets about nanotech.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to their nanotech secrets. I don't think I could go in as an old lady. I think I need to steal another board member.
I was thinking that your secretary uniform would probably work. Um, I was thinking that you guys would kidnap one of them.
Yeah, I was also thinking kidnap one of them.
Well, you can kidnap them there too if you want.
That's too many people. Too high security. We need to get them in their house or something. On the way to the golf tournament. I don't know. Do I have a shared calendar? Can I just get into Dust Corp's calendar to see where the head of boards are doing?
Not Dust Corp.
Uh,
That's not who this is anyway. It's not the board members. It is scientists for their nano division.
yeah. But still, I need Dust Corp stuff.
You do not have it.
I do not have it, no.
You need to hack them.
Yeah.
And that's
That means we need Felicia. Is there like a hack roll? Can I try that?
I will let you defy danger with wit.
With wit. I'm actually good at that. Let me look at the die danger rules. Push my limits with wit. Alright. Alrighty. That's a 9.
That'll do. Yeah, you're going to be able to figure out, okay, what's your goal? What are you trying to accomplish with this roll?
I'm trying to get either information on the nanotechnology or information on the location of somebody who knows about the nanotechnology.
I already have that.
Yes, that's the problem. So I guess the location data of a scientist that created the nanotechnology.
You already have that.
We know where they're all meeting.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
That information has been given.
Oh. Ah.
So you know where they're all meeting.
Mm-hmm.
You know when they're all meeting.
Can we intercept one of them? Like
that I could give you the information for on your roll.
Okay, there we go. I would like to intercept. Ooh, should I get the lead scientist or the second in command? Because sometimes they're doing more heavy lifting than the lead.
I will give you the best scientist for it.
Okay.
But I'm going to take up the corporate task force by one form.
Okay. Alright, it's time for the kidnapping and the stabby stabs. I'm gonna need a change of clothes.
Yeah, so what's your plan for this? You essentially figured out where he is coming from and how to get him, but you need, or where you'll be able to get him, but you need to like establish a devious scheme.
Okay. Yes, devious scheme. So, here's what I was thinking. Feel free to interject with concepts and ideas. I was thinking of riding the mech that Reed is piloting.
100%.
Jumping off the mech onto his car.
Mm-hmm.
Kicking the driver out of the car, stealing the car.
Uh-huh.
And then taking him to an undisclosed warehouse location that I use frequently for these types of activities. And then discussing, or we could go back to the research lab, but that might have people. Anyways, one or the other, and getting him to deactivate the nanobots.
What is Mama gonna do during that?
Mama, I think, should be creating a distraction so that it's easier for us to take the car. Like it's changing stoplights or like I don't know. Maybe sitting in the back seat, making sure he doesn't squeal or anything like that.
Fair enough. Roll your roll.
How do you feel about the plan?
Yep.
Yeah,
that's a plan.
It's pretty devious.
Roll your roll.
It's fantastic. It's a 13.
Woo.
Woo.
What happens on a...
I get to choose 2. Oh, wait, hold on. Twice during my plan, I may choose 1. So I guess I get to choose 2. But I guess I can choose the same one. Anyways.
What are the options?
Produce just the right object. Describe an unexpected weakness in an obstacle. Appear right behind someone in a crucial moment.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Those are the 3 things I can do.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys essentially you both ride on top of the mech that Reed's piloting. You find the guy's car where he's being driven by a driver. He doesn't really have a security detail other than the driver.
Just yeet the man. Goodbye, sir.
Yeah, I mean, you just get the car.
Yep.
And you have the scientist, who is, I imagine, being held at gunpoint by Mama.
I'm surprised we didn't have to make any rolls for jumping off mechs and things.
No, you're competent.
Oh, excellent, fantastic. I'm glad I'm good at this.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll,
bad at everything else.
I'll give you this one. There's that moment in the elevator where 14, 15 just shoots the person.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first time they're good at something. Sometimes you're just good at things. Sometimes it's okay to let characters just be good at things. That's what I'm doing here. You guys secure the person.
All
Where
right.
are you bringing them back to?
The warehouse. The secret location warehouse, not the nanobot warehouse. It's like a cold storage locker.
Oh, you have the cold storage locker. You have them there. You have Panama. What's the plan?
Alrighty, sir. Now you see this place is my warehouse. Welcome. I hope you enjoy your time here. I would really hate it if you didn't. Uh, this is Panama. I'm sure you've met. Please turn off the nanomachines. Thank you.
I think you're gonna need to roll to entice this person.
I'm gonna guess that Mama should probably talk to this man instead of me.
I'm gonna actually come up and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna use shooting star.
Ah,
Um,
nice.
so this man is actually a huge fan of me and Panama. Um, so so he this might kind of go. I don't know. Does helping us out go against his values?
Why would it?
I don't know because he's working for this company. So yeah, so it doesn't endanger his life or his values. So he's gonna ask me for a small favor as a fan. Um, and then he's gonna help us.
He wants an autograph,
Yeah.
and he wants to be introduced to uh someone that he can start working for, so that he doesn't have to like do this job anymore. Because after he deactivates these nanomachines, like he's screwed. They're
Yeah,
gonna
I feel it,
kill
buddy.
him.
Same.
What kind of work you want to do, bud?
Anything that's not gonna get me killed.
We got a nice
High
bartending
production.
position, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I'll
Part
take
time,
it.
but we'll pay the bills.
Also, you're a bright man. I know some really nice mechanics that you can work with. You could probably work for a lot of teams.
That sounds great.
Lots of opportunity.
Cool. Yeah, he'll turn off the nanomachines. Congratulations, you guys have
Sick.
solved that clock.
I know a shitty Mata who could probably use somebody who's better than him.
That's accurate.
Alright, woo! We did it! High five, gang!
Sick.
You still have a corporate task force that is sniffing out you guys.
That's okay. I'm gonna
Uh,
get back in my mech.
yeah, you
You sure you
do
don't want
have.
to park that here?
No, I want to be in it so I can fight a task force of
Oh yeah, that's probably good.
freaks coming to try and kill us.
So at the bare minimum, you guys need to deal with the task force. They're going to be hunting you down and trying to find you and causing problems for people around you.
I
So
see.
you can either lay real low,
I feel like
uh,
laying real low might be a good idea.
or you can try and fight them. Or you can try and fight Alan Dusk, but who knows how that goes.
Can
I'm
you?
not sure how that will go for us.
I feel like we can double down, lie really low, and use Felicia's last need to hack and get them off our tail.
Yeah,
That would
I'll
be
let
the
that
safe
happen.
route. Or we can
Okay.
fight God and dismantle society.
If that doesn't get you killed.
You know, that is the turnoff.
Because Priority Waters had a mecha. Who knows who else has a mecha?
That's a good point.
Okay, we're gonna keep this mecha in your secret location. Um, I mean, I think we should probably all split up
Yeah. Uh,
so we're harder to track as we have been using moving as a unit.
yeah, you got your bike here?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll have my
Um,
kids take me home.
you're technically still sponsored by Priority Waters.
I am technically still sponsored by Priority, but they revoked my sponsorship.
Yeah, that was more of like a you're suspended type deal.
They
You're
did,
still
yeah. I am technically, and I do, I can only change patrons by having an epic confrontation and placing their toxicity front and center.
yeah.
Um,
You can do that.
so I think I'm gonna I'm gonna call up my DJ buddy
Oh, yes. He's great. You're talking about
who was
you're talking
interviewing me
about
earlier.
yeah, MJ Wireman.
Yeah, MJ Wireman. Um, I'm gonna tell him that I have a big scoop for him. And that me and Panama, um, that they agree to this. Me and Panama are would both like to do an interview with him exclusively. Uh, in like the coming day or two.
I would love to do an interview. Let's do it.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a day or two to try and lie low. Um, so that we're not bringing a full task force to this interview.
Definitely.
Because I don't think DJ Wireman would appreciate that.
I think so. Cool. Yeah. I mean, you do an interview with MJ Wireman.
Yeah. Uh, and yeah, we pretty much just like one, we're like, hey, yeah, um, we go over like we don't want to fully like be like Priority Waters nanobotted my brain,
Sure,
um,
sure.
but we're
Yeah,
gonna talk, because that's a little a
there's
lot.
also there's an agreement to not do that
Yeah.
in place.
Um, but we're basically gonna talk about how like they are like incredibly like harsh and like threatening um with like their racers and all this and say like what we can without being like
getting yourself murked.
yeah, just being like, yeah, basically saying like in general like, that and that with their growing like connection to Dust Corp and all of this and that we're, you know, taking a stand against it and I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, you know, and we're also gonna be like have the whole like to kind of do the media thing where you go and you talk about something that's like actually important, but then you cover it up with something that people can latch on to. We're gonna announce that we're dating, um, and that
Excellent.
our rivalry's over, so then people will talk about that. Um, uh, and just do the whole run around with MJ. Uh, But yeah, so we're gonna basically announce, I'll talk about how you know, I Panama's always inspired me as being, such a great independent racer and not letting like their values go. And that we're both gonna become independent racers now. And like help like we're gonna try and like work our way back up, like just ourselves, and then eventually like become sponsors for like other independent racers.
Cool. Yeah. I think that's absolutely incredible. Is there any last shots we want to have before we start wrapping?
Uh, d- uh, what's her name? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do
Am I Tetra?
do. Nope. Cyberspark's body appears. Turns out she's been dead for a while. Nobody knows who's been impersonating her. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Uh, and Nova's been wearing like some random banker's face lately.
Just some banker.
Yeah. Something about white collar crime or something like that these days.
All right. Any last thing from Mama?
I just spent some time with my children.
They need
Cool.
so much time.
Mama goes on a vacation with the kids.
Yeah.
Reed and Panama are tending the bar with the scientist who's a bartender now.
Awesome. All right. I think that that
They
is where
meet
we're
their
gonna
needs
call the adventure.
I
Yes,
think
you
they've
meet
got
their
their
needs.
needs now.
And I think that's where we're gonna call our adventure.
Sick.
Thanks so much, everyone who came.
Yeah, that was
thank you,
fun.
Woody.
Yes, thank you.
This is a cool system.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. I could see us potentially returning to these characters.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if I'd necessarily return to this system exactly. I have a couple other games I wouldn't mind playing.
Yeah.
There's so
Because
many good games out there.
Neon Saber exists, and it's a cyberpunk hack of Beam Saber, and it's really good. And so does the Sprawl. And Sprawl's a really good game. So
Heck yeah.
Woo! It's dinner time.
it is
Yes.
around dinner time, and we wrapped up early enough that Dee doesn't have to stay up late when she works
Woo.
the next day.
Alright.
Oh, yay.
Thanks for the fun game.
Very.
Thanks. I'm glad you guys had fun.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah, it's bedtime.
7:30.
7:30.
But yeah, thanks so much everyone who came out. It was a lot of fun. It was nice talking to you guys in chat. And yeah. Hopefully we will be doing this again very, very soon.
Yeah, just a reminder, you can donate tiltify.com /plus systems streaming. You just go there, you can donate. We're gonna keep it up for the rest of next couple days for the rest of the month, and all that will go to the Trevor Project. Yeah, no pressure, but
yeah. But if you
Thank you
want,
for everyone to come out.
donate. No pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
I need to stream more. It's so much fun whenever I do it, and then I'm always so busy. I just don't have the time.
Fair enough.
But check out Radio and Orion, and they're gonna be playing Kingdom Hearts tomorrow, right?
Not tomorrow. I've got plans tomorrow, so we're
Gotcha.
skipping another week.
Oh no!
But next week, we're starting 358.
Oh, did you find a totally legal way to play 350?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Fantastic. Because I never finished that game, and I want to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And I might join you on the next one to just jabber.
You're all fully allowed to just crash my streams.
Yes, I will now. So usually I'm just sitting in prepare to cry. Oh no.
Prepare to cry. Yeah, prepare to cry.
Yeah. I'm just sitting in chat anyways. I might as well talk to you.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much everyone. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for everyone who played. Thank you guys for doing this. It is good. It is fun. Words.
Once we close out stream, stick around for a few minutes, everybody.
Yeah. All right.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Have a good night, guys.